hi there, hi there, hi there. Good evening. Welcome along to episode 4 of the Lost Mines Fandelver. Today I hand over to Darth. Do the thing, Darth.
Yeah. I'm Darth. I'm the DM for this campaign. With me today, I have Dan, who is being played by Streamlabs.
I
He
have to leave that up,
unfortunately,
sadly.
I know, I'm just messing around, but he will not be with us. He had unfortunately had some things he had to do.
I was hit by an aeroplane.
He was hit by an airplane. Yep, we'll go with that. But I come to Salty.
Hi, I am Salty, or Oscar. I will be playing Corbin, the Draconic Bloodline Half-Elf Sorcerer. That's how you say that.
I have Miego.
Okay, I'm playing Jin. Jin is a gnome, Circle of Stars druid, and staunch communist.
And lastly, I have James.
I am James. I play Alios Bane. He's an overly optimistic, slightly reckless ranger who wants to win.
Blaine.
Yeah, he wants to win. He doesn't know what he wants to win yet, but he wants to win.
I hope everyone wants to win. That would be that's probably the goal. But anyway, we last left off after you guys had just finished clearing out the Red Brand hideout. You found Glassstaff, and you were able to defeat him in one turn, and got the information that you needed, and have a bunch of side quests, and a lot of talking happened outside of session. But where are we gonna go, everyone? I know where we're gonna go, but
We're going right.
To the right, to the right. Everything
Alright,
down
you
in the
find a
box to the
wall.
right.
Yeah, no, we're headed east, I believe. Bear with me a second. I have a little document that says go.
There's the
frozen
Wyvern
in
Tor
cameras.
in that direction. There is.
Yeah, there's somewhere we get to first, but I can't remember until I have the map open.
Alright, I need more information than just that.
I'm getting there.
Get there faster, James.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where I put it, to be honest.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, we're going east. I know that much.
Alright, give me 1 second while I get this.
How do I open Discord? I'm so confused. It's in the channel.
There's Old Owl Well,
There you go.
Wyvern Tor.
It's got a line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wherever
Wyvern Tor,
we
Old
need
Owl
it.
Well, Conbury, Agatha's Lair, and then to the northwest
Mm-hmm. Yep.
to find a
Alright,
druid.
so we're going to Wyvern Tor first then.
Unless we needed to visit Ice Spire Peak. Did we need to visit Ice Spire Peak?
Unless you guys want to go to Icespire Peak, I do not
think
see
that's a
reason
different,
to need
Is
to.
that a
campaign
different
module.
book? Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't buy any books for that in Phandalin, so we don't have access to the content. So we'll head to Wyvern Tor instead.
Yes, you don't know what's there. Alright, so it is about... It is about a 35 to 40 mile hike, so it will probably take you guys a day or two to get there. But
I would.
give me a marching order.
We're not
on how
riding,
you
are we?
guys all wanna-
Are we riding? Do we have mounters?
If the
Diego is-
saddle is done for
Oh, wait,
Robert,
yeah.
then I can ride a wolf.
Well, we should go talk
Well, that makes
to
one of us.
Zed.
Yeah, I don't... Do we have any money?
You have a lot of money.
Do we
I
want
mean, we
to
each
buy
have
any
like
horses?
180. Yeah, you should have around 123 gold, which
Each?
is enough to get a riding horse in most places.
I think that's around enough to get a riding horse, if I had to say so myself.
Everyone but James can get a riding horse.
No, well, I'm just thinking like it will speed the journey up because we do 40 miles instead of 20 miles.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're able to purchase some riding horses from the town saddle.
Yeah.
They're stable, not saddle. You're able to buy some saddles from the stable, but you're able to now cover that distance in about a day-ish.
Yeah, what's that, like 250 gold or something? 225, I think, for for 3 riding horses. No, we don't need 3, we only need 2. Rafia's flying. Rafia's teleporting, yeah, we need 2. So 150 gold, I think.
For a riding horse, it's about 75.
Yeah, well, 150 overall
Yeah.
for myself and Corbin.
And
Yeah.
5 each.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have any money. I trust it to my trusty pack rat gnome.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I have 128.
How do you have
Would you like
money?
me to?
I don't have shit.
We all
I
individually.
keep
have
posting in
Uh,
the Discord.
Oh, I keep
Uh,
ignoring it.
Ah,
Yeah, I wonder why. It's probably because you go to sleep after the session
I
ends.
do.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so you're all able to purchase riding horses with the large sums of money that
Mhm.
you keep getting from murdering everyone you meet. But yeah, so as you head east towards Wyvern Tor, so I'll just go over what you sort of know about the town and why you're going there. Wyvern Tor is very much it. I wouldn't say it's a wasteland, but I wouldn't say it's a forest either. It's very much in that sort of middle sense. You were sent there by the mayor of Phandelver to investigate a group of orcs that were hidden there and sort of just causing some trouble. They weren't causing as much trouble as they weren't causing as much trouble as say like the goblins raiding, but at the same time, a bunch of orcs gathering in one place, it isn't really that good. And since you're already heading out, he figured he would, do it.
the dominant, ratio ethnic group is sending us to put down a group of minorities that are gathering somewhere to cause trouble.
Of course, communism.
Classic apartheid stuff.
That is one
Yeah,
way of
exactly.
looking at it. Although another way of looking at it, perhaps, is that people who cause regular trouble need to be taken out.
All right,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
Do you think I might? Do you think I
Oh,
might
yes,
attempt to
here.
pick up the trail of an orc around here?
Do some ranging.
first, yeah. So first off, give me a general writing order for just how you guys are going out. Just, I assume you're
unless
far ahead.
yes, unless we're going to reach battle, at which point we'll throw Rafir out the front. But in general, yes, I will lead.
All right.
Yeah,
And then,
aside a little bit, keeping the wolf away from the horses.
all right. Well,
At least, like, 50
he's
feet or
generally
so.
well trained enough not to eat them. He's not really
It's,
feral.
yes, the horses don't
anymore.
know that. Sadly.
Yeah, I'm worried
that's
about
true,
the horses
that's-
just
that's
eyeing
true,
him
that's
the whole
true.
time.
All right. Give me either a perception check
I will take perception
or
check,
survival.
please.
Or survival check. One
No,
of the
I
two.
will take perception check, please. That
I'll
is a
survive.
25.
Yeah, you are able to pick up the trail fairly quickly.
I see everything.
Give me 2 more perception checks just to make sure that as you guys are traveling, you're able to keep a hold of said trail.
He got a 20 on his survival check, by the way. That is a 14 and an 18.
You're 100%, especially with the survival check as well. You're able to keep up with the trail, and you're able to make your way to said hidden place,
Excuse
to the hidden camp.
Mm.
Give me a second while I just...
Very well hidden.
It was well hidden in the sense that you wouldn't find it unless you went looking for it. But also remember, you have a ranger who's like a master tracker and someone who's very good at getting the lay of the land. So as you arrive, you smell the faint sense of smoke as you come over a sort of cliff, and about 50 yards away, you can see a cave with a mouth open, of course, obviously. And you get the sense that one, that's where the smoke is coming from, and two, you see a single orc outside standing guard. Again, they weren't that. This place wasn't that hidden, but this place was hidden. But at the same time, they weren't expecting anyone to find them. So
Maybe just
Would
not
you
expecting anybody to look for them, I guess.
Wow.
I think we should toss Rafir in the front.
Perhaps.
Classic cavalry charge into a cave.
Well, perhaps we might.
solo.
Perhaps I might be able to sneak in and possibly get a shot or two off first. I might have a way of signalling you, and with that, I might attempt something I've not attempted yet. I'd like to try... I'd like to try and make... I can't even say it. I'd like to try and make myself an orc. With disguise self. Please. I don't think I've ever tried this before. I can seem a foot taller, which is what I'm going to do.
How are you using it?
It is my gloom... No, I have Gloomstalker magic that allows me to do this.
Oh, okay.
So I make my clothing, my armor, my weapons look a bit more raggedy. I make myself seem about a foot taller. And I'm going to look like quite a skinny orc because I can't really change my body type. I'm not really trying to pass myself as an orc in like close inspection. Just sort of slightly green tinged, and slightly orcish looking. But the idea is that from a distance, it might aid me in my stealth attempts.
Can you tell me what the name of this is?
It's Disguise Self. It is Disguise Self, Gloomstalker magic.
Okay, alright.
I'm casting Disguise
you
Self.
get magic. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
You get magic as a Gloomstalker. Alright. Then,
I get magic as a ranger, sir. But yes, this is a Gloomstalker element of my magic.
Yeah,
Yes.
you get this because you're a Gloomstalker. Shut up, James. Also will make this a lot harder for you. But yeah, you're able to disguise yourself. And yeah, if anyone who is really, really trying is able to immediately tell that you are obviously not an orc. Yeah. But at the same time, give me a charisma check.
Oh, a charisma check? That is the last bit of stealth I was expecting.
I was going to see if you wanted an animal companion to come with him.
Yet again, Elios's charisma is phenomenal. That's a 1.
That's a 1. All right. So
I was gonna go sneaky, by the way, but sure. Yes, 1.
Well, no, it was more of just I wanted you to roll a charisma check to see if you could pass off talking sort of as an orc if needed, but also sort of to see how the disguise was.
Check, yeah.
Performance, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay, so as a performance check, that's a lot better. That's a 1. But I do speak Orcish. So there is a second element to this plan. So I might rumble out some odd Orcish words from a distance. So the plan is sneaky, possibly communicatey with Robert. And just see if I can get in and discern. I basically want to discover if we're about to fight 40 orcs or 3. That's really the only thing I want to know.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. So, are you trying to be stealthy in the way that this orc can't see you, or stealthy I do not. In the way? Okay.
I don't want to be seen at all, but if I am seen, I want to look like an orc. That's the plan.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
I am super sneaky. That's a 10.
That is a 10. All right. Let's see if this
with a
orc can
+5, by the
see
way.
you.
Bear in mind, if he's using dark vision to see me in a dark cave, I am actually invisible.
Well, he's on the outside of the cave, so
fucker.
Why did we he's on the
not in the cave yet.
Yeah, he's standing guard for the cave. Luckily, he is fucking blind as hell. He has like his finger up his nose. He's like looking at the butterflies flying in the air. He is not paying attention whatsoever. So you're able to get as close as you want, and he will not notice you.
Okay, I'll sort of do a little hand motion, and then another hand motion, and then a hand motion at Jin, and see whether he got any of that. It was a sort of. I thought you had message. You don't have message, do you?
Nope.
Okay. I'll do a hand motion and wave at Corbin, and does he have message?
I'll
wave.
Kind of shrug.
I'm sure we had message.
He has Eldritch Blast he could shoot at you. Does that help you?
I'm sure we had telekinetic conversations before. Or did we speak through a wolf last time? I don't know. But no, neither of us. No, even then we can't telecommunicate with.
No, someone telecommunicated to you. This is when you were fighting the troll goblin things under the bridge, and they were talking to you. But it was using their powers to do it.
You're right. That's when we were telekinetic. It had nothing to do with us. Well, shit. Yeah. Realizing that they've got no way of speaking back, I'm just going to wave goodbye and crawl into the cave.
All right.
This plan has gone so downhill. I really thought we had a a two-way thing going on here.
No, caw.
No, caw. So
Alright,
yeah, I'd like to sneak into the cave and just see how many orcs I can see.
It is not pitch black in the cave, but it's not like any of the other places you've been where there were sort of torches lining the way, right?
Sick.
It's as dark as they can sort of make it. And as you go in, you see a decent group of orcs, but that isn't what catches your eye. What catches your eye is that in the corner, sort of just sitting down, right, sitting by sort of a little fire with food like around him, stuff like that. You see a giant ogre there.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to turn around, walk out, and I'd like to see whether I can kill that one guarding orc. I'd like to see if I can take him out with a stealth maneuver.
Give me an attack.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's very good. That is an 18 plus 5. That's a 23.
That hits him 100%.
Cool, marvelous. And I'm going to try and take him through the throat so he can't call out.
All right.
Do you want damage?
Yeah, give me how much damage you do, just in case it's low.
Okay, that's a 9.
Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Well,
Just wondering. So, all right, here.
I think you'd like
So
to
you're
add-
able to, yeah, it was more of
I'd like
anything
to add
is
a
that-
12.
Like to kill him?
That's an option.
No, okay, all right.
on the
So you're
table.
able to grab him, right? It takes some struggle.
I've shot an
Stab him in
arrow
the
at
neck?
him.
Oh, you shot an arrow at him.
Yes, if I could, yes, if I had have rapiered him, I could have rapiered him with the other shot, with the other rapier. I didn't realize I was able to get that close. I don't think Elios would have tried to get that close. He's not stupid. He would have fired an arrow from a distance, and then sort of, well, apart from the waving.
You shoot your arrow. Yeah, so you shoot your arrow, right, and it hits him. It doesn't hit him right in his windpipe. It hits him in the neck, and it's sort of on the side. Right? So he's bleeding out currently, right? And he's frantically looking for whoever just hit him.
Okay.
But at the same time, he's also starting to make his way back into the cave.
Cool, I'll
as
shoot him again.
he's-
I do get 2 attacks in my first turn.
Yeah, I'm assuming you did. That's
So,
what I was saying. Is there more you would like to do?
Yeah, I'll give him a 17 to follow up. That's a highly impressive 4 damage.
You shoot him again.
Hold on, sorry. Let me just double check that because it's been a while since I've played this. That might be a 1 damage. I'm not sure. Where is it? Dread Ambusher. You take the attack action, you make one additional, doing an extra 1d8 damage. Oh, okay. So it's 4 plus 7. Well, that's 11 damage.
All right, yeah. So right as he's
Executioner.
about to call out into the cave, he's like, and then straight. You were able to get him straight through the throat, and he's down.
Sick. Okay, cool. And then I would
He's
like
dead,
to
he's not down.
I would like to rendezvous with Corbin and Jin.
All right, and you're able to do so just fine. No guards hurt you, from inside the cave anyway, and so no one's going to check on him.
Inside the cave, there were orcs. I forgot to count them, but I did see an ogre. I think if we're gonna launch an offensive, it should be a swift attack. It's very dark in there, though. And Rafnir, who seems to have lost his sense of speech today, also doesn't have very good sight.
Well, no, remember, so
Cave
it was dark on your way in, but by the ogre specifically, there is like a campfire.
Oh,
Like,
by the
there's a
ogre, there was a
bonfire.
fire. It was nice and bright there. Maybe we should just all in together and, you know?
Yeah. Otherwise, if we can use the cave opening, if it's not too big as a choke point, their numbers would be
thinking-
little.
Yeah.
What's the distance, Darth? From cave entrance
where-
to ogre?
Yeah, I guess that makes a difference.
You had to go into the cave and sort of like it wasn't very far, but there was a bit of a slight turn.
Oh, cool.
So you can't have direct line of sight.
No, but I
shooting
could shoot an
the
arrow
ogre.
at him and then, like, recede to the
Yeah, you
entrance point.
Yeah, you would be able to do that because of your Gloomstalker powers. But if like everyone else tried to do that,
No, I was wondering
would
if
most-
perhaps... I was sort of speaking to Jin here, sorry. Not to you. Jin, perhaps if I can get a couple of arrows off, I might be able to get them to chase me to the cave entrance. And you could all lie in wait and, you know...
Sounds wise.
I can
If
try.
you can peel off some of them, or even if they all come, but they'll have to be in a line to go down. Is that like a tunnel issue?
It's a little bit of a tunnel,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
Well,
it's a
even if
bigger
little bit
it's
of
a
tunnel,
bigger
as long as
cave.
it's a bottleneck of some kind that we can hold one end of the bottleneck.
Basically, it's just you don't have a direct line of sight. Like,
Okay.
it's not the cave just goes straight back, right? It does, like, zigzag a little bit, right?
No, that works out great
yeah.
for us, because then if he can.
Yeah, it works out great if you're trying to attack them.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
great for them, though.
I'm all for him kiting them to us, where we sit at the cave entrance.
Sick. Let's hope this ogre doesn't have 80 foot of movement speed. I won't say that in character. I'm assuming there's some enemies down there, so we'll do some things.
It has 85, just so you know.
Did you have an idea, or
Flash.
did I have an idea of how many
You were able
orky
to
things roughly?
just because you went so quick, you weren't able to get an exact number, and you did see you did see a good group. You did see most of them gathering around one orc, and he seemed to be talking, giving some level of a speech, from what you could quickly tell. But since you were in, quick looked, saw the ogre, and left, you weren't able to hear anything. Really.
Okay, I'm just going to sort of guess that you say one orc was special?
Yeah, one orc, you could tell he was like standing on like a.
We'll call him Buh. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Buh. Perfect.
Fantastic. Okay then. So I shall repeat my stealthy maneuver and return back down the corridor.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
So I'm gonna
Oh,
follow
shit,
as
fuck.
far as the cave's entrance.
Yeah, I think we'll all stealth up to the cave's entrance, right?
Yeah.
Encourage Rafir
yeah,
to do the same.
Of course.
Okay.
He's gonna fail, just so you know, but.
That's okay. We'll put him on wheels or something. Regardless, yes. Once I get there, my stealth check is a 15.
He actually didn't do that bad. Alright, but, yeah, so you're able to... that was 15 with advantage?
Yeah. I rolled a 3 and a 10.
Ah, okay.
It happens.
But I am invisible.
It does happen. Yeah, no, that's why I was saying you get advantage on it. Because as you get into the cave, you're basically invisible to them.
No, I'm not basically invisible. I am invisible. Like,
Well,
that is how Gloomstalker works. I am actually invisible.
yeah, if people with dark vision, I've read it. But yeah, so you're able to get in there. You're able to maneuver back to where you were, right? And
Well, I'm trying to... The second I've got a line of sight, I'll stop there.
which is right where you were.
Oh, okay.
Before.
Great. Right. Cool. Let's do some logic here. Let's say we're back there, maybe? And I am... Well, this is probably not going to work for whatever. And I'm there. And we'll just imagine these are like 20-foot squares for now. And that's a really big ogre.
He a big chunky ogre, right?
Yeah, but he's not 100-foot wide. Anyway.
You don't know that.
Yeah, and once I'm in range, I will attempt to take a shot and get them to follow me. But I'm assuming at that point you'd like us to initiative roll.
Who are you shooting at first? I want to know.
One of the small dudes.
So one of the ogres, or one
One
of
of
the
just normal
orcs.
orcs.
Yeah, one
Preferably
of the orcs.
one that's got a
Give me
spoon in
shot.
his hand, isn't paying much attention.
Everyone roll your initiatives, but hold off on telling me, because James is kind of going to be on his own for a little bit until he gets them out.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just put all our initiatives in, I got a 21.
It should automatically. I meant yours might not, but oh no, yeah. If you like, that's what I mean is that if you guys want to populate it up, it's just
Right, yeah,
since
cool.
you're invisible, they're not gonna see you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to lead them out, so it's not a proper fight yet because they don't know what's going on yet.
Okay, so I'm going to fire an arrow at the orc that is looking the most into his food. Preferably one sitting opposite Mr. Scary Boss Guy, so the boss sees him go that'll be a
what
nice
is it?
24 to hit.
24 to hit. All right, that hits.
Yeah, good. That will be 8 damage.
8 damage. All right.
Okay. And then I shall yell out in Orcish. Your mother's fat and your sister's a giraffe. And with that, I shall take my second shot at another orc.
All right.
A different orc. That one will be a 24?
24 to hit as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
now
sorry.
that
The
you're
last
able
one I think was a 22 to hit. I thought I had a plus 7, but I've got a plus 5.
Either way, it still hit. Now that you're able to get a better look, you're able to see that, including the orc that you just shot, there are 5, plus the leader and the ogre. Just give
Okay.
you,
The one I just got shot is looking pretty chill, is he?
he is not looking pretty chill. He similar to before with the other one. He isn't like passed out on the floor dying, but he also isn't.
Okay. So
he
for
also
logic's
isn't-
sake, we'll say I shot E1 first. And then
yeah.
I'm going to shoot at E2, and I'm afraid this one is going to get executed, because that is 8 plus 6 plus 3. That's 17 damage on my Gloomstalker strike. And then I'm going to book it.
Yeah, you hit him. I'm assuming you hit a different, correct?
Yes, I went for E2 on the second shot.
I
Oh,
just wanted to
sorry, I
double-check.
didn't transition.
I just wanted to double check and make sure. But yeah, he falls to the ground, completely dead.
Cool.
You're able to get him right through the windpipe, just like before. The other one, he got nicked in the shoulder, but it was
Good.
like a lot closer.
I wanted to leave him
like,
alive.
Yeah, he's still alive though.
And I'm just calling down there, come on, fatty! And retreating towards the entrance.
Yeah, as you're running, you hear a lot of angry orc yelling, and you also hear the ogre.
I would call out you an ogreish, but I don't know how to make sounds that stupid.
They speak giant.
So do I. Cool. I'll yell at him. Your mother raised you on a diet of your dad's toenails, and I shall retreat backwards.
What was it? Your mother was a whore, and your father smelled of elderberries.
Did he?
That
But
is accurate.
pretty sure that's what the quote is. But yeah. So now you all will be in proper initiative. I will say I will let Corbin and Jin prepare an action for because as obviously you set up a trap. Give me one action that you guys were gonna do, and I'll let you cast it off for free on your turns.
Alright, I want to put up a spike growth, which is a 20-foot radius, so 40 feet from side to side, and try to pretty much cover the entirety of like the path to us.
Am I gonna have to navigate that? And if so, what do I have to?
I don't know where you on the map.
I
It has
said-
you 5 feet.
I
in
said
front
it
of
would
me,
happen
so I'm not sure where
after-
you are.
I said it would happen after turn, and since you're the first in initiative, you'll be able to get there before he casts it.
Yeah, so if you fall behind me, and then I'll put up my spike growth, and everyone will have to run over spikes but you.
All right. And Corbin, what would you like to prepare?
I have lightning in my hands, and we're gonna agonizers, not flame them, not fire, but lightning them.
Not fireball, but lightning them. All right. Good.
Agonizers,
right, so-
lightning.
We enter initiative. Jin.
Yeah. Also, just gonna step Raffair one step forward, and then I'm assuming like the spike growth's in front of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Raffier, he would take his action basically to prepare for like.
What was the
people
size,
coming his
Miego?
way.
20 by
It's a
20.
20-foot radius.
You're able to get most of like the cave. Like
Yeah,
you're
so
able
it's
to
40
get
feet
most of
across
it.
Circle.
Right, there's these two little sort of sides that are empty, but they're not gonna be able to get through it. They're like I said, they're chunky boys, so they're gonna have to go through it or burn it in some way, which I doubt they'll try to do. But hey,
But it
maybe one of
says it
them's a draconic
transforms the
soul.
ground, so it's not necessarily plants. It could just be spiky rocks, but they can try to burn it if they like.
Cool.
It's just rain.
All right, so
Fine, try
James.
and kill it.
what would you like to do? It's your.
Oh wait,
it's
I
your
get a
turn.
turn now? Okay, that's
Yeah.
confusing.
Because I was rolling it as
Oh, so
since
that was
you're
out of
invisible
initiative?
to them.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying you can roll your initiatives, but we're not in initiative yet
God,
because
this is gonna be disgusting.
they're preparing a trap and you were invisible to them, so they couldn't tell that they were being attacked. That's how
Can
it
we
works.
see any of them in line of sight yet? Have any of them got to line of sight yet?
You booked it out of there before, like you know they're
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
after you because you can hear them and chasing you, but you started running before them.
Okay, so I shall hold an action. Should I?
You prepare an action.
Should I do that? No, not prepare. I'm gonna hold my action. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wait till the big, either the first person to come around the corner that is either the ogre or the big orc, I will shoot. That's the action I'll
Alright.
prepare. Okay.
All right. And nothing else? No, I'm assuming.
I can't
nothing else,
prepare
but-
a bonus action, etc.
Yeah. All right. So that is your turn. It is now the orcs' turn. As they sort of run down, you are able to see them enter frame. You see all 4 of them that are left alive sort of appear, and they come to the spiky growth. And Migo, what exactly does it do besides making things spiky and growthy?
The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. Okay, so maybe it is planty. I don't know. The area becomes difficult terrain, so halves their movement, for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
All right, so
Transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time of casting must make a Wisdom Perception check against your spell save DC, which is 13, to recognize the terrain as hazardous before entering it.
do they make that? Do they have to make that, or? Okay.
You give them the
more-
roll as they
They're
come around the
chasing
corner.
Angry.
Well, you,
Alright.
if you prefer, you
I
can go
imagine
by
as they
their
start
passive.
stepping on it, they
Yeah.
start to notice the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can go by their passive, whatever. It's up to you. But their passive
Doesn't matter.
perception isn't going to be 13.
Oh wait, you didn't get to see that, but they rolled a nat 1, so they don't notice shit. So yeah, they all come running in. Difficult terrain. They have 40 feet of movement, so they are able to make it about. They have 40 feet of movement, so that means they move 20. So that means they get right in front of Rafier, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, the first 2 should be able to make it to Rafier, from where they are currently, but
Through difficult terrain?
they have 40 feet of movement.
So 20
Difficult
feet.
terrain is, yeah. And you said 2d4 every single 5 feet?
Every 5 feet, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, so
you
that's
might
an 8
actually...
D4.
Yeah, so you might actually kill them all before they actually make it.
Sounds
I
like it.
hope.
Oof.
Yeah, they're all dead. You killed them all.
Did we get
So they
that?
all...
Jin?
I'll say that they stop halfway through, realizing that it is sort of the spiky ground, but they do, like, all of them do move 10 feet, 20 feet for them, right? And so,
Yeah, they take 44 damage.
yeah, so I'm just gonna take the first 4 numbers then, which would be 9 damage. A lot of them are still hurt. The one that James previously shot is dead. But 3 remaining, and all of them look very hurt. They did not like that.
Oh.
Nice.
And they stop as they don't want to continue any further and,
Smart.
kill themselves like they would. It is now Rafier's turn, who will Eldritch Blast them, yeah. He's not gonna go running in there. That's stupid. Just shoot the one. Unfortunately, that is a miss, and I'm pretty sure Eldritch Blast is at level. Yeah, 2 beams to level 5. So yeah, so that's just his turn. He just missed with his Eldritch Blast. But what are you gonna do? It is now Corbin. It is your turn. So.
Let's see. 30 feet. I'm gonna step up next to Rafier.
Alright, remember you do have your prepared action.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up and use the prepared one first.
Alright.
So the first one is going to be Agonizer's Lightning as I summon a roaring
Lightning ball.
lightning 30 feet long, 5 feet wide. And so if I step up next to Rafier, that should hit the boss.
The boss is still back.
It wouldn't hit him anyway. It wouldn't hit him anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot farther back than.
Yeah,
it
so
seems
that'll
like.
hit E1, E3, and E4. That will be
Alright.
a 13 deck save.
A 13 deck save. Let's see if they make it. 1 makes it. 1 does not make it, and the other does not make it. So how much damage do you
The
do?
2 that failed are going to take 16 damage, and
They
the
are
one that succeeded is going to take 8 damage.
They are all dead. Congratulations.
And
Extra
I
crispy.
guess I'm gonna prepare my action for this turn to wait till the next one's come around the corner.
Fair. All right. It is now the ogre's turn as it comes running, lumbering in. It sees all of the dead orcs in front of him. He is a little bit more hesitant, but he's also still a dumb ogre, so he doesn't really, he doesn't think that it was any magic. He just knows to be wary. He'll begin to start coming over to you, though. To you all. He moves just like before. He moves about 10 feet before, on the difficult terrain, before he realizes that it's dangerous. And now, everyone with their prepared actions, if you want to use it now, you may do so. So,
First, James.
yeah,
I have done a
James is fair.
fantastic job of shooting a ceiling. That is 7 to hit.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Yes, I was too excited by Jin's excellent trapping skills. I forgot to aim.
For me, oh wait, did you prepare an action as well, Jen?
I kind of thought the spike growth was my prepared action, so I'll
Yeah,
just,
no,
like,
I was saying that.
throw
I
a
was saying
sling
more
bullet
to
or
Corbin.
something.
Well, no,
But,
your prepared
yeah.
action was the vine
Okay,
growth,
perfect.
and I let you
Okay.
use it as soon as James came across.
Excellent. I'm entirely content with what I've accomplished.
So it's just you, Corbin.
murdered
You wanna do it
everything.
now or wait?
Yeah,
Seems
I'll
tolerable.
throw
I got mileage
so,
out of that spell.
lightning will form in my hand in the shape of a knife, and I will fling it at the ogre. That is going to be a brilliant 12 into the ceiling.
That hits.
It's an ogre.
He's
It's
a-
quite difficult to miss. You need to
He's
roll
a
a
big
2.
guy.
You need to roll a
There's a lot
2
of
if you
flesh.
want to miss.
Yeah, that's for a whopping 2 damage. But he
Then it blows
is,
up.
He's what?
he is going to have to make a dex save.
Oh, is he?
Hits. And then it
I'm liking these tribal drums.
He has to make a dex save. All right.
Yes.
Let's see if he can do it.
I saw some kungas in my.
That's a 6.
That'll be a failure. He is going to take, on top of the whopping 2, a whopping 8 cold damage.
I'm looking forward to
Ooh.
the moment where instead of having music on Spotify, we just have Miego with a pair of drums.
Yeah.
Got some dembes.
He seems generally unfazed by the arrow that missed him, the spikes on the ground, and the knife that barely did anything. If anything, the cold made him chilly, but he seems generally fine.
You're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
But yeah, he's not going any further as spikes hurt. But what he can do is take out a really big tree
Oh no, I've
Cave
seen
trees.
this before.
and throw it.
Yes, you have.
Throw it straight at the shiny man in front of him. He throws him at Rafier.
I'm right next to Rafier, by the way.
Yeah,
I
but
stepped up
Rafier's
into
a lot
attack.
more shinier than he's more shiny than you. He has
Yeah,
armor
you're just a
and stuff
regular
like that.
Pokemon.
I'm up one more, James.
More full you. What
Oh,
are you doing that for?
I have 22 AC.
that's 9.
So?
All right, Rafier is able to block
He's the
a
real
lot of
tank.
the brunt of the attack with his shield, but at the
Lots
same
of
time,
tree.
it is still a tree, and he sort of does get sort of hit on his ass, but he's able to get himself up and sort of still prepare. He took 9 damage, just didn't roll that well. But that is the ogre's turn, and it is now the leader's turn, which you never learned the name of, which is fine because he doesn't care.
Well, we
either.
didn't plan on engaging him in conversation.
True. Fair.
Maybe we will later.
You see him turn in.
We will
and
accept his surrender.
He looks down. He is
Is he a smart cookie?
he is a lot smarter of a cookie. He sees everything. I'll still do that wisdom check just to be fair. He notices something is definitely not right, but he will only move 5 feet in before he realizes that. Before he realizes that it's trapped, and he takes. He only takes 2d4 of damage, which not half bad. it doesn't seem to hurt him that bad. It's more of like when you step on a Lego, where it's like it hurts, but it's like
You clearly
it'll
do
go
not
away.
know how painful that shit is.
I do.
Like, that
I
is a
play with
3-day
Legos.
injury.
It depends
You-
on the Lego.
What,
to
what
be fair,
Lego are you stepping on? I'm talking about like the
Regular
big Lego
ones?
pieces.
some of them are
Yeah.
very flat. Some of them are.
I'm talking about like I'm talking about your classic 2x4. Like
I'm talking about like the type of Lego that you step on, and then like 3 days later you look at your foot, and it's still got the imprint of the
Yeah.
little
Oh.
sections.
Click another Lego into your wound.
Exactly.
Uh,
Anyway,
but just
he stayed back there.
yeah, but Corbin, are you still sort of channeling the lightning sort of in your hands? Like you don't have to be preparing a spell, but like is it still sort of there?
I mean, yeah, always kind of glittering lightning through my scales.
All right. Yeah. So he sees you, and even though he just saw his big tank throw a tree at somebody, he's gonna throw a javelin at you.
Ooh, an Avagilin.
Hmm.
Does a 13 hit you?
No.
All
Pretty
right.
sure 13 would have hit anyone. Might have hit Robert.
I think it might hit
Hey,
Raph here.
listen. I
Yeah.
had to ask. I had to.
I think it would hit
ask.
Robert. He's
But
got a 13.
yeah, that is all he can do currently. And Jin, we come to you.
All right. I am going to try to make putting this ogre down a little easier. I'm going to try to hit him with a guiding bolt. There we go.
Please do
AC
so.
19.
Yeah, that hits the ogre.
All right. 15 radiant damage.
All right, that.
And then he
gets
is
his attention.
glowing. And the next attack will have advantage. Next person who wants to
That
hit him
gets
with
his
the back.
attention. And he's
As
very
well it
much
should.
now. He has his eyes trained on you now.
We'll see about that. You never know who's
Will
about
that
to
be
get
your turn?
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good enough turn.
I'm assuming Robert's just gonna stay by you.
Yeah, I'm still mounted on Robert, so I just want
Oh, okay.
my
You
mobility.
stealth to the cave on Robert's back. All right.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I
far
got a wolf
stealthier than
saddle. I'm
he's
using
far
it.
stealthier than Jin, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. True. Elios.
Seeing that this ogre is lit, it was the ogre, right? That you guiding bolted.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Seeing that he's lit, I shall wave my left hand, and he will sort of glow a faint red. So I shall point at him, and I shall say, "You are my most favourite of foes." I shall pull an arrow out, I shall line it up, and I shall attempt to
very
take him in the eyeball with my advantage. And thank you very much, sir. That is a nat 20.
I'm
Jin.
pretty sure you can't do enough. I'm pretty sure you can do enough damage to kill him.
We'll
But let's
see.
see how much damage you can do.
Okay, so that's an 8 plus a 1. That's a 9.
All right.
Plus a 4, that's 13. Plus a 4, that's 17. Plus a 1, that's 18. Plus a 6, that's 24 damage.
He is heavily wounded. You shot out his eye. You severed that nerve that was there.
Then I shall action search. No, I shall not. In 4 levels time, it may be an Elios Bane thing, but right now,
What you will do is shoot again.
no, I don't get 2 attacks. I'm not level 5. It's not my first
Play on
time,
his first turn, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
and I don't have 2 rapiers because I'm holding a bow. But I
Wait,
shall turn to Jin and say, "Your light shines the way
Favorite
well."
Foe, is favorite foe a bonus action?
No, it is a free action.
You don't want to cast like Hunter's Mark on him?
I did. That is how I pointed my hand at him, lit him up with red light, and added 7 damage
Okay.
to my shot.
Alright. Well, if that's your turn, then we
Yeah.
move back to Reftier.
I would go poke him with pointy sticks, but then I'd have to walk through spike growth, and that would hurt.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, let's all stand on this side of the spikes.
Exactly. Well, the Hexblade has Eldritch Blast, which he can aim now, apparently.
Yep. He is aiming at the ogre as well, saying that he is nearly felled. The ogre is dead, but yeah, the ogre's dead. The ogre falls.
That's
with
what
a
Eldritch
loud-
Blast does in my head. It just goes boom.
Yeah, the Eldritch Blast shoots out. It creates a little finger and it flicks him in the face, and he falls down dead.
Mm.
Yep, that is his turn. Corbin,
Hmm.
it's now your turn.
Yes, I will, produce another knife of lightning into my hand and toss it at the boss for a ceiling hit of 7. However,
It does
I
still
will-
explode.
it does still explode. Text, please.
Oh, Dex. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I thought you said something about a check for a second. I'm just like, what the fuck do you mean?
You owe us each $20.
I don't have that kind of money. That is a 4.
I'll send you my Venmo.
Okay, so the explosion will do 8 damage.
Alright,
And
alright.
as my scales begin to glisten, electricity begins to pulsate out of my body, I will use a sorcery point to quicken a spell
Alright, what are you casting?
as a roaring, thunderous lightning cloud comes flying out of my arms at him as I will cast Agonizer's Lightning. I need another deck save.
You threw a cloud at him? Jesus.
Cloud at him.
Have some bad weather! Woo!
That's a 7.
These clouds,
That's a
not
little
so
bit
heavy.
better. That's a little bit better. That is a little bit better. That's 21 damage.
Alright, how would you like to describe his demise?
I mean, it's a... it's pretty, he is fried. just dead.
Yeah, so as you guys watch, you see this ogre, or you see this orc, I'm sorry, not ogre, keep saying that. You see this orc hooked
Orker?
alive. Orker, yep. You see him hooked alive. Like rotisserie chicken style over a fire. He's completely burnt, he's crispy, and it smells like shit.
Aw, not even good meat.
Well, no, it's, like, you overcooked him by, like, miles.
Damn.
But we are out of combat now. Congratulations, everybody. You guys didn't want to go just quickly eviscerate this camp and move on.
I will drop concentration on my
Quite the
spike
contrary,
growth.
we very much did. Sorry,
Come
Jules.
here.
Your turns.
Alright, but
Drop concentration on my spikes and loot.
alright, loot time.
While they're doing that, I'd like to just sneaky down the corridor and just make sure we didn't leave anyone behind. Or they didn't leave anyone behind.
Alright, so in
Maybe
there,
they're hostages.
in the cave, you see that there's a bunch of loot there. It is obviously that this was their sort of hiding camp place. There's a big chest with some little fiddling around, and eventually you find a key. You're able to unlock the chest. You find a whole bunch more money. You find 750 copper, 180 silver pieces, 62 EP, whatever the hell that is, and 30 gold pieces, and then 3 vials of perfume, which are worth 10 gold each. So I'm pretty sure with your money that you just got, you probably just went even on those buying horses thing.
Pretty close.
Yeah, or you're pretty close. But nothing more of value here. There is a ring on the head orc's like hand that wasn't completely fried. It is very blackened now from previously, but you were told by the mayor that this is to signify that this is the head orc, right? To sort of just verify that you guys had done it. But yeah, what would you guys like to do now?
We've cleared this out. What was next on our chore list?
I mean, we can continue to Old Owl Well, or there's
If I would recommend, I would say
Banshee
you probably
House.
stay the night first, right? Or you camp out before you leave.
Well, I don't. You said it was what, 35 miles?
I guess depending
I
on
said
the
it was
distance.
40.
Yeah. So yeah, we would definitely need a rest here.
Yeah, so
We'll
need
utilize
one,
this kind cave they've just designated for us.
Fair enough.
Because you never know when you might need every single spell slot the following day.
That's why I wanted to make sure I said that.
We will let Robert feast upon Ogre to gain their strength, as is the way of his people.
You see him grow 10 foot in size. He's now a god.
God.
So slowly become a kaiju.
Give me a watch order.
I'll go first.
Sure.
Unless you have a strong feeling. I don't care.
Right. Give me a perception check on your first 2-hour watch.
All right. 18.
18. All right. All right. You see nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary. And you're able to get through your 2 hours watch, you and Robert, with nothing out of the ordinary happening. Who would like to go next?
Yeah, I'll take a second watch, and let's just sort of start whittling away at a little project I've been working on. So I'm trying to make a wooden flute.
All right. Give me a perception check as well.
That is spectacular. That is an 8. I do have a +6, so that is an 8.
Oh, that is an 8. Period. Okay. Yeah.
The stick was really
so-
interesting.
That was a really, really interesting.
And I'll roll
stick.
for how good of a flute you made.
Yeah, you know, the woodworking roll is, well, that's great. I don't know what it is, but it isn't a flute. That's a nat 1. Oh, shit. Oh, well. That was exciting. I tried to catch a fly and took my speakers out instead. Carry on.
All right. Well, roll a d4 for me.
A D4. Exciting.
Yes,
Is this how
roll a
many orcs are
D4.
going to stab me in the throat? That's 2.
Yes. That's 2. All right.
I pity them if they
Second?
turn up.
All right. You don't see it.
No, I
But-
don't. My perception check
but you-
was crap.
Yeah, that's why you don't see it. But you hear it in the night. You see above your head, stringes. I have no idea how to say that. I probably said that wrong. Sturges. Or however you
Yeah,
say it.
Sturges would make more sense.
And it's sturges. You see 4 of them flying overhead of you. And you see one of them darts. One of them begins to sort of dive down towards you.
How rude.
I'll give you a choice. You can either wake up the rest of the group, or you can attempt to handle this on your own. Whichever you'd like to do.
There are 2 Sturges above me.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I see no reason why I would attempt to fight these on my own. No reason at all. If it was
everyone roll
one, sure.
initiative.
So sort of shout out, we've got friends! They're not very friendly. I don't know what they are. I was looking at the stick that isn't a flute. And then I shall roll initiative. Well, that's a 23 on initiative. I might be blind, but I was alert.
Apparently.
Corbin was
Wow.
really sleeping, and Rafira is sleeping in as well.
I'm just gonna let you know. I don't think you're really gonna need
I
that.
think we're all sleeping through it.
I can't make 4 attacks in a turn.
You can make 2 though.
I can make 3.
You can make 3.
Yeah.
So, all right. It is your turn, Elios. What would you like to do?
Sure, I will pull out my rapiers and I will swing once. Wah! That's a 6. No, 7, sorry.
Unfortunately, that will miss.
Okay, I
As
shall
the first
swing
one
it twice.
swings By,
That's a 10.
yeah, you miss again.
Sick. And with my Gloomstalker strike, that's a nat 20. Fantastic, right? That because we
Right,
really needed that.
It explodes.
It does. That is 10 plus 11. That's 21 damage. I could have spread that out across the 4, but no. I decided to use it all in one solid strike at the end.
You said 21. Yeah, you killed him about 11 times over.
Okay, cool. That's fine. He's got less than 1 HP, guys. And then I sort of dive over towards Jin, or more specifically towards Robert. Because I'm assuming the wolf was most alert out of a lot of them. And I shall communicate in animal form. And I should just say to him, strange beasts in the night. They seem apt at dodging my strikes.
Yeah,
Dexterous.
let's go with that. Alright, but is that the end of your turn?
Well, yeah, sure. I still can't action search, sadly.
Oh, I'm just asking to
Yeah,
ask.
no, I really
Alright,
would love
okay.
to, but I can't.
Alright, yep, as you sort of dart in, sort of, not dart, but you dodge into the cave, right? They fly in and follow you, the 3 remaining, right? And as this is first one will attack you. That
Rude.
is, that's an 11.
No, that won't hit.
I assume not. The second one will go after Robert with a nat 20 to hit.
That will hit Robert.
Alright. Dealing...
Swear to God, if you kill Robert.
Dealing 7 damage.
Ah, my friend, these dexterous foes, they bite hard.
All right.
Yeah.
He's got 4 hit points left. He's all right.
Now it's personal.
And you can
hurting
see
animals.
that it is as it flies down, it sort of lands on the back, sinks its claws into Robert's back, and then just bites into him and starts drinking his blood.
Sturges are no fucking joke if the fight lasts too long. Like, they seem like they do nothing, but trust me, we nearly killed off a lovely Friday group, didn't we, Oscar? With these sturges.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, these are the things that got stuck inside Thornham's arse and he nearly died.
Jin, that is a 16 to hit you.
16 will miss.
All right, and as the
The
last
fuck?
one comes
Yeah,
flying in,
my video seems to be frozen. I can still hear everyone. I can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
talk.
yeah. Yeah, we're hearing you too.
at least you were smiling and you weren't doing
Yeah,
something.
coyly looking off in a corner.
Yeah, but
We'll
but
fix
yeah,
that. in a sec.
as the and it was his turn, so we will.
Man, nothing. Just attack me with my 22 AC.
Well, James said he was going towards.
You don't have 22 AC, though, do you? You have 22 AC
I have-
with shield.
I have 17 and
Yeah,
I have
yeah, okay,
10
cool.
casts of shield.
Why 10? Oh, because
Because
you
he
have
has
the
the
staff.
staff of defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
But Miego, if you want to take your turn, then.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm gonna go after the one that is attached to Robert.
Good idea.
I want to help my friend. You know, we're just about to complete a long rest, so I might as well burn some good stuff. So bonus action, I will cast Flame Blade,
All right.
and then I will, as my action, attack with said Flame Blade.
All right.
What do we got there? Ooh, AC 10.
Yeah, you swing and a miss.
All right.
You're still a little dazed and confused.
I told you,
from
these little things, they
your
dodge well.
stats.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. He missed because he's
didn't
still a
wanna hit
little
Robert.
disoriented from you know. the
That
other
was
one
my
flying
excuse,
in.
too. I was disoriented, too.
Disoriented.
No, disoblimated.
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 All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my bonus action in action. So
All right, Corbin,
Okay.
please do something.
With the little pew pew out of my hands, I'm gonna shoot a bolt of lightning out at one of the ones that is not attached to our wolf friend.
Just to say, are you doing like the boomerang one, or are you throwing a lightning bolt at?
This is the arcing bolt. This is one that hits
Okay.
two.
All right.
we're not no real lightning bolts yet.
That is an 18 to hit.
Oh.
Corbin can do something. All right. I'm pretty sure you just kill it, but
Well, it's a D4. We'll see.
plus whatever your mod is.
Nope.
Correct?
Nope.
No, not for this. That is 4 damage on the first one.
You kill it.
And
Congratulations.
the other one that hasn't hit anything yet, it's gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw and probably succeed.
Can't you target a different person with the second one?
14.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
That's
That
a
is-
14.
I see what you
That
mean.
is a success. So the other one will kind of just fizzle out in the air. And with that, I will bonus action Chair of Light and end my turn.
Yes. As you summon the Chair of Light and sit your ass down, as everyone's about to die, Rafier will still sort of get out of bed, and he will attempt to cut off the one that is on Robert.
No snide comments out of him this game.
Mhm.
All right, that is a 22.
Holy
So
I
yeah,
guess
he
so.
he actually cannot. Yeah. So I was gonna say, there's no way he can't do enough damage. So he kills the one that's on the back of Robert, luckily saving him. But there is still 2 puncture wounds in the back where blood is still sort of coming out. Robert does not
Good.
look good. That is his turn, leading us to Elios. There's 1 left.
Yeah, I will take a swing. That's a 8 to hit.
That is a miss.
And I shall take my second swing, and that is a 21 to hit.
All right. You
And that
kill
is
it.
10 damage, yep. Also, my mouse has just come
Congratulations.
disconnected. So
Good job. I was actually scared you all were about to die.
I've taken 0 damage.
I mean, I'm
And by
taking
you
0
all, I mean
damage. The only
Robert.
thing is they might have killed Robert.
The
Yeah,
most
that's the
important
most
character, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you sort of slay them, nothing else of note happens that night. I will say that you all are able to finish your long rest if under a little bit duress. By duress, I mean probably Jin with Robert. But you're all able to long rest successfully and prepare for the trip north
I
to
can heal
North?
Robert,
North?
so-
yeah, north to Old Owlswell.
is that where we're going?
That's the next place. Yep, that's the next place that you guys.
Yeah,
have
we
to
kind
go.
of Wyvern Tor, and then like kind of north, and a little bit further east was Old Outwell, and then a little bit north, and a little bit back to the west was the.
Ah,
Banshee.
yes. And Conbury.
And so morning breaks. This one is only.
we
it
shall
is-
have
it's
squirrels
about,
for breakfast. I hunted
It's
them
about
this
10 miles away. Yeah,
morning. Oh, excellent. An easy ride.
it's not that far. And just to again give, it has been a little bit, and I know someone was very in pain and hurt. So I will say why you are here. You were asked by Darian, who is someone that I can't remember. What is Darian? He's important.
Darian?
Uh,
Do we know a Darian?
he is the. If I'm not mistaken, he was the.
Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, he was Order of the Gauntlet, and and there was
Yeah.
something bringing back the dead in this area.
Yep. There's an
And
issue
he
with
wanted
undead
to,
water.
Yeah, and so he wanted to see it. He wanted to find out what was going on, and so that is why you are all sent here. Who's from around the area?
I'm from south of the Sword Mountains.
Yeah,
Just
neither
south of Phantom.
neither of us is from particularly far away.
Rafi and I are both from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, so you're kind of far. If one of you want to give me a.
I mean, these are the areas that Elios
yeah.
has portrayed for his whole life. So, portrayed?
Yeah,
Patrolled?
yeah.
Patrolled is what I'm looking for.
Patrolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, patrolled.
10 on a history check.
Yeah, a 10 on the history check. Yeah, you're not able to discern very much from.
That's
from it.
alright, I've got you covered. That's a 3.
Yeah, you know that this
Much
is a
better.
place, and you're pretty sure someone told you to go here recently.
Yeah, they did. They did, I remember.
I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. There's an old owl here.
Alright, but
The
as
well.
you arrive,
Sorry, what? Oh.
as you crest a low ridge, you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower standing amongst a rugged hill. The place is so old that the walls are all mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard, adjacent to a broken stump of a tower. And right in the middle, you see a colorful tent in the middle of the courtyard. Anyone with any sort of connection with nature, you can immediately tell, sense, smell, whatever it is you do, that there is some form of undead currently around.
Oh. There
You
are
do
any
not
skeletons in
see-
the area.
I don't know why Elios turned into a smoker, but
Because
But
he currently has no sense of smell due to COVID. That's why. I was going
you
for
don't
pirate,
see-
but smoker works.
you don't see anyone at the tent, so you don't see anyone on the outside of the tent. And outside of the walls, you do see about. Give me a quick perception check, or someone tell me what's your passive perception.
That would be me.
That's
I've got a
16.
16. Yes.
Yeah, you're able to tell. There's about. Let me just double check my numbers before I
4.
tell you the wrong number.
4. Just tell us 4. Whatever it says on
It
the
is
sheet.
not.
Just tell us
it
4.
is. It is
19.
not 4. It is
20.
150.
Okay.
Yes, but what are they?
There are 12 zombies, sort of not patrolling, but they're shambling outside of
about.
like the walls. Yeah, outside of the wall.
Mm.
And then there's the tent on the inside.
Would they happen to be in a perfectly straight line?
They
5
are
feet
the wall.
apart from each other.
They are the wall. Yeah.
Within 30 feet, you know?
I mean, we
all
are
but 2 of them
mounted.
are.
We could probably just, hit them with projectiles and continue to move away, and then hit them with projectiles and
Yeah.
kind of just
I mean,
kite
you
them.
could probably rain fire and murder.
But
them
before we
all.
start murdering zombies, you said there's a tent here?
Yes, you aren't able to see anyone like around the
No,
tent.
no, but I'll
and-
just call out, "Hey there! Anyone in there?"
Give me. Roll a d20 for me.
Yes, I will do that. That's an 18.
It's an 18. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice travels pretty
I
far.
shout loud.
All the zombies turn to look up at you, but you do see
Hey, guys!
someone emerge from the tent. You do see someone emerge
Mm-hmm.
from the tent, and he looks up to you, and you hear him say, "What is the meaning of this?" As he sort of shouts back at you. If anyone wants to give me an Arcana or a History check.
Cool. I'll take the history
Arcana.
check. I got a 4.
I got
Jack.
a 3 on my Arcana. That is a natural 1.
In all fairness,
You
can
also
we
know
get
Jack.
Raphael to make the history check? He's quite. Oh no, never mind. That is Corbin, isn't it? Who's the intelligent one? Is it, or is it Raphael?
We both, I
his-
believe, have 10.
But
Yeah.
he is
he-
proficient in history, right?
He is proficient in history, but the history check has to do with the area. So I would say
Oh.
that he wouldn't be able to make it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no.
So Jin, if you want to try to make an Arcana or a history check, you can.
I don't think you can do much worse than the 2 net 1s.
Oh, I got a 10.
You got a 10. Which one?
History.
History check. You are able to the garb that this wizard is in, or wizard that this man is in, is from.
He's a wizard?
Yeah, he is. No, he's a barbarian. What do you mean?
Possible.
It is from the Far East.
Ooh.
Like how
The-
far east?
It's from a land far east.
I
Like,
don't remember which direction was east.
like Narfel or like
I
Fae?
mean, Vandalin and the coast.
Is he
to the west.
scary,
I
scary
have no
necromancer,
fucking
or
idea.
is he?
Yes, you're
Yeah, okay,
you're
he's
able to
from
tell
Fae.
he's from the east,
Yeah.
and that he is from a school of necromancy.
He's from Fae. We should probably not
Yeah.
fuck with him.
He's
my
he's
logic
not-
on that.
He's not Fae.
Fae, dear.
Fae.
T-H-A-Y. This is
Yeah.
place of scary necromancers
Mhm.
in the Far East.
As sort of the zombies began shambling towards you after you shouted out, and he comes out and says, "What is the meaning of this?" He sort of holds his hand up, and all the zombies stop.
To what? Well, what is the meaning of this? And I shall gesture towards his zombies.
It is my form of magic. What?
It's
It is
do
anathema.
not-
If Jin feels that way, I shall turn to him and sort of very quietly go, "Do we question him, or do we fight?"
Certainly let him explain himself, but the undead are anathema to the circle of life and nature.
You will dark magics! What is the reason for your presence here?
He was still holding his hand up. He will sort of put his hands sort of together, and he will say, I came here for 2 reasons. If we are willing to sit down peacefully, I will discuss it with you. I do not wish to start violence, but if you force my hand, I shall.
I do not wish to share my table with the undead. Can they
Where
at
did
least
this
be?
all come from?
He will sort of roll his eyes. He'll snap his fingers, and the zombies will start to meander away, right? And he will very similar to how Corbin sort of magics a chair of light. He will magic a table and chair, and he will offer for you to sit down.
Okay, just before we go into this place, can anyone remember why we're here?
You were told that the undead were rising.
Oh, right.
And you wanted to find out, and you were sent here to find out why.
Oh.
Never said anything about having to kill him.
Okay.
It's just find out like why and who is starting it.
I prefer to summon my own chair, just so this man's aware. Yeah,
Well, to be
I'll
fair,
tell
he
him to
did
cover his
only
eyes a
summon-
little bit.
He only summoned a chair for Elios, as he was the only one being sort of civil about it. If you want to summon a chair, he will.
I'm not sure I'm attempting to be too civil, but I'll let Corbin
Well-
sit. I will remain standing, and I shall gesture towards the chair for Fear wishes to sit in it.
No, Jin has a wolf chair.
No, Rafir
I mean, I'm
wishes
just
to sit
riding
in
a
it.
wolf.
Yeah.
To be fair, Jin is very much, I'm pretty sure, in the lines of let's just kill him. And you were the
No,
only
Jin
no,
said
no,
let him
no.
explain himself. So
Ah,
that's,
yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Don't
I
put
must
words
have
in my
missed that.
mouth.
I'm putting words in your mouth.
Um, yeah, at this point, as we're going into the tent, I'd like to turn to Jin and...
Oh no, you guys are all on the outside. He didn't lead you into the tent because.
Oh, he just summoned a chair out here?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
very similar to how Corbin does.
So I shall turn
Except
to
it's not light.
I shall turn to Jin and say, I too am no friend of the necromancers. I'm uncomfortable with this, and then I shall just sort of stand near the chair that he's summoned.
All right. As you do, you will say, "Well, I thank you for giving me a chance. I am
Those are
here
12
for two
people.
reasons. There were some orcs nearby that I know were gonna cause trouble, so partially I was here to investigate it and see if I could do anything about it. And then I heard there was a banshee nearby, and I wanted to ask it a question. Simple as that.
We find ourselves travelling to said banshee, and if you mean the orcs of Wyvern something, Wyvern Table?
Wyvern Tor.
Wyvern Tor. If you mean the orcs of Wyvern Tor, they are no more. Wow, I've turned into a fucking poet. The orcs of Wyvern Tor are no more. And we are on our way to I think we're on our way to a banshee. We are on our way to a banshee, right, guys?
You should.
I'm not
yeah,
dreaming.
you guys
Okay,
should
very
be
good.
On your way to a banshee. I'm not mistaken.
But that does not answer the question as to why you are here specifically and why you have raised these zombies.
Well, as I said, I was going to deal with the orcs, and I, wouldn't want to do it on my own, for that is not what my magic is mostly used for. It is to bring others to do my work for me. And so I was going to use these zombies to, take care of said orcs.
Well, that would have saved us a job. So now that the orcs are gone, what will you be doing?
Well, as I said, I wish to talk to the Banshee. I have a question for her.
I just turned to Jin.
Where did those 12 people come from? And I'll look at the zombies.
Zombies that are very far away, just so you know. But
Yeah,
people
but
said-
like
yeah,
looking at
yeah.
them, motioning at
in
them,
the direction
indicating the zombies.
This tower here is a very old tower, and it doesn't seem like whatever happened here to cause it to be in such ruin was particularly of what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't particularly well off for the people who were in said tower, and well, as it was.
You're saying you
So
found the bodies here?
Yeah, he's implying that these aren't like people he brought and killed, but rather these are corpses that he raised that were here before he got here.
These walls crumbled a long time ago, and those bones still have flesh on them.
You can roll like an insight check.
Oh, why not? Ooh, 20.
Yeah, he is withholding information. You're able to discern that it is not about the zombies, though. For the zombies, he seems 100. He seems genuine that it is just he arrived. His bodies were here. right? And that he just raised them so he could handle the orcs, right? But about the Banshee, however, he does seem to be withholding some level of information.
People of Phandalin are concerned about your zombie horde. Promise us that you will do no harm to the people.
Can a necromancer make such promises?
Of course I can. I'm just as civilized as you. It's just more I decided to do more taboo magic than others are willing to step into. But may I ask why you?
Can I insight check whether he's just genuinely an evil prick?
I mean, you already did an insight check, but
Well,
yeah,
I
give
don't
me
know
a
shit.
give me another-
He said he's a
like
civilized.
shithead.
Yeah, he's saying as a civilized fellow, but I don't get the impression that he's a civilized fellow. What is my insight? It is +2. That is a 19.
You're able to tell that, like, as being a necromancer, he is naturally sort of towards like an eviler side. Like, if on the spectrum, he'd be more like a chaotic neutral. He isn't necessarily here to cause violence. It's just he sees himself as a
But
civilized
he's
person.
naturally. I mean, you said he's got like
But he raised-
tattoos,
but he-
right? And
Yeah, but it's like the school that he comes from. It's the school of magic that he. It's like, it's if you showed someone our school system, right, or like a school system, right? To them it might look weird and stuff like that, but to him he feels like he's a civilized person.
I'm not
He
feeling
isn't.
it. I'm gonna. Go on.
He isn't trying to attempt to hurt anyone, and from what you can tell, he's being genuine about not trying to kill anybody. It's just he practices more taboo stuff. He's more willing to go towards that darker side. That's what you're able to gain from your insight check.
Okay, I just sort of raise an eyebrow towards Corbin and sort of pat my hand on my rapier, and then sort of look to him again and look to the necromancer again. Well, if those orcs are no threat, perhaps you might let those zombies go.
Well, I still have to go. I still have to go talk to the Banshee, and from what I've heard, that the town is not as nice as it would be, as it was still a desolate waste.
I do not want this guy as a traveling companion.
Oh, you misunderstand. He isn't saying he wants to go with you guys.
No,
He
no,
was
but
just
we are
telling you
going
what
in the
he-
same direction, and I don't particularly want to.
Well, he also asked you guys a question.
Did he?
Why do you seek the Banshee then?
Why do we seek the Banshee? Great question.
You were
I'm not
sent
gonna
there
tell
to
him.
lay it to.
No, I was.
I
sort of
remember.
telling to
Yeah.
Jen.
You were sent there to lay it to rest. Right?
Mhm. My hope is that we can lay it to rest before he gets there, because we are mounted and he has zombies, so we probably will cover a lot more ground a lot faster, and we can just kind of shit on his plan of talking to the Banshee by solving Banshee problem.
So, completely, I'll say this out of character. There is no way Elios would walk off without killing this man. But it's up to you guys what you want to do. He just sees it like guys raising zombies walking around, like, stab him. But I'll back off in the conversation and let you guys talk it out.
Yeah, I'm just. I mean, when you looked over, I mean, I kind of have a very visible look of disdain because of how disgusting this type of magic is.
Yeah, like I'm not keen on having undead wander about at all. But
He will, as no one reached to answer his question, he will say,
All of us looking at each other and just.
yeah,
he is sort of just trying to, as a sort of
making
little
sure
bit
the
of a
sword is
sweat,
loose in the sheath.
right? He will say, well, I can tell that none of you wish to
Bad
tell me
people.
why, but may
We're under no
I
obligation.
assume that you are going to ask the Banshee a question, and from the knowledge I know of the town, may I assume you are trying to find a hideout of some kind?
Not as far as I know. Should I be?
Yes, but
Are we?
also- Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the
whoever-
castle?
Yeah, the castle. Hideout castle.
Well, we have a source for that knowledge, though. We have not
Well,
reached
we're
him
gonna
yet.
ask the Banshee about a spell book.
Were we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was about a spell
okay, that
book.
was
It
the
was
thing.
about a spell book.
Yeah,
Uh,
so if he's asking the Banshee about a hideout, he's looking for something other than what we're looking for. However, I don't really want this guy finding
I mean,
a place where magic, the spell forge or the forge of spells if he's just running around
Give
with
someone
zombies.
give me Elios, give me a quick charisma / intimidation check.
Want me to
Well,
do
you
that?
can anyone that's not Elios make a charisma check,
Yeah,
please?
would you
To be
like
fair-
me?
This is
the
charismatic as my
charisma-based sword?
shoe. Yes,
I
please,
am,
Corbin.
I am just as bad as it.
You have
Or-
2 charisma-based casters in this
The
group.
reason,
all
right, in my defense, the reason I was saying it is because Elios clearly has shown a distaste.
I think we
For
all
this
have.
character.
I think we all
Yeah,
have.
if he looked at my face at all, I'm scowling at
Alright,
him.
he has mentioned it. You've mentioned it a lot more, James. So that's
Yeah, for the record, if I had to make an intimidation check, it's a 4. Elios is not intimidating. Please ask Corbin.
Corbin,
Yes. I will intimidate the hell out of him. With an 11.
Or not.
It's better than a 4.
alright. I'll say with the here. I'll throw you guys a bone. There you go. I'll throw you guys a bone.
Yeah, Rafira is
Here.
intimidating.
Hey.
You
has
gotta,
the-
you gotta
he has
The
just
mask of Black Death over there, who's probably absolutely fine with necromancy, is sitting in the corner.
seeing sort of the general, seeing that he's losing you guys, and you're sort of leaning toward. He will say, with a bead of sweat dripping down the side of his head, he will say, "All I wish to know from the Banshee, and all I wish to seek, is the name of the wizard who built the tower. Here," and he will point at the tower. That's all I wish to know.
Is there anything interesting in that tower?
Who rolled the history check? I forgot.
We got a combined score of 7 between 2 of us, I think.
I got a 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got a 10.
You got a
didn't
10?
you?
You got a 10? You're able to remember partially why this tower is important and what did go down here, right? There was a wizard sort of located here, right? And there was a conflict here. From what you can remember is that the wizard and some people were killed here, right? And you can assume that sort of that's where the bodies have come from. You can't remember much else about it, though.
Oh, let's investigate the tower ourselves.
Did this thing
Out of
happen
character.
pretty recently then?
This happened a while ago because the fort is sort of in ruins.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of what I was
still,
thinking.
It was a big event, though.
Yeah, but then we have meaty zombies, so
Well,
It couldn't have
again,
been
you don't remember.
that
You know that there
long
was a
ago.
wizard sorcerer here of some kind.
yeah.
You just can't remember anything else about it because you rolled so low.
No, that's fine. I'm just the just genuine logic of if this fort fell like years ago, and there are bodies
I can't
that still have
tell
flesh
you
on
any
them,
more information because you just didn't roll high enough. There is
Yeah, no.
there is
No,
a,
we're
I'm not
sort of
asking
making-
for
we're
more
making just
information
an
from
assumption.
history check. I'm just saying that if these bodies are 10 years old, they wouldn't have flesh on them.
all right. If
If it happened 10
still-
years ago and they're
Yeah.
10-year-old corpses, like I'm just
Retcon, they're
Logic.
just bones.
regardless
not-
of
I'm
timeline,
not retconning-
regardless
I'm
of what
not
I
retconning
remember, yeah.
Alright, but he will say, in an attempt again to sort of try to save his skin, as he still sees that he is losing you, the wizard here was, he also studied some level of necromancy, but a little bit of alchemy as well. And the people that were killed here were all part of experiments that he had worked on, and that is why the bodies have lasted longer. Because he was a bit of an alchemist. He studied alchemy and was a bit of a necromancer as well. So he worked on a way for the bodies to last longer than the natural life would. So that
Didn't
so
he say he
that is
raised
why-
these bodies from elsewhere, though? Oh no, they were. He
No,
said the
he
bodies
said-
were here when they got here. Yeah, never mind.
He said the bodies were here when he got here, right? He didn't bring someone else here to kill them and bring the bodies, or he wasn't dragging bodies around with him when he did. And as he said, so put a little bit all together, there was a wizard here. He built this tower. He was originally just sort of an alchemist, but then he started to dabble in necromancy. Townsfolk found out, didn't like it, and attacked, burned it down. Wizard died with some of the experiments still inside.
Good riddance.
And you,
One second.
Yeah.
One second.
But
Dispel your zombies. Let them return to the earth, and we will leave. You can explore the tower to your heart's content. When you get back to your land, you can raise new zombies.
he
This
also
is close to my forest.
give me I will let someone else roll for you, but just because I feel like this is a very you sort of thing, but I also don't want you to punish you for rolling bad. Give me your it's gonna be a persuasion check.
I'm
Go
not
on,
persuaded.
Go on, Jin.
I'm the
Yeah,
one
no, no.
persuading.
Yeah, Jin, go ahead. Do
Yeah,
the
there we
There we
persuading.
go. 4.
A what?
A 4.
4.
Do it at advantage because he's feeling intimidated by
four's-
the rest
four's
of the
good.
group.
2. Rolled a 5 and a 3.
Well, then he will say, I will dispel them and I will leave as long as I can still ask the...
You don't have to leave. You can continue exploring the tower.
I wish to still ask the bouncy a question, though.
That's fine. Do it without the zombies.
Alright. He'll snap his fingers, and you'll see the zombies sort of all fall where they are.
We
Just
reached
and
a
raise them
chord.
again?
Jin will just kind of like turn. What is my Robert's reins and just I'm just leaving. I'm done.
Corbin, if you want to give me an Arcana check real quick.
Yeah, that's a 7.
You're able to sense residual magic. That's all you can tell, though.
Yeah. Gonna raise
Uh,
them again.
He will, as like before everyone starts to leave, he will say, "You do have my word. I will not raise them again."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we make a coordinated effort to leave, and then I'd like to try and sneak back.
Sure,
We stop
you guys
for a
can do
picnic.
that.
We're like,
If
gotta
you,
take a shit.
I won't make you roll. I won't make you roll for it. He attempts to put the bodies back where they were, but he does not make an attempt to re-raise them. And he just, after he finishes putting them all back, which they were all in graves, so this involved a little bit of digging the graves, and he puts them all back, right? Covers them all up, and then he goes back and he attempts to go back into his tent.
Okay. As I leave, I shall then turn to Jin and...
I'm totally fine with scavengers eating the corpses. I don't think it needs
Yeah,
to
but
bury
he
them
reburied
again.
them, which
Don't
is
wanna-
it shows signs
But
of
yeah,
care.
I mean that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good with that.
And
Or he
with this,
values his life.
yeah, I shall turn to
Alright.
turn to the guys and, well, perhaps a success, although it feels like a hollow one.
James, if you want to give me a little perception check real quick, or a survival check, one of the two,
11.
whichever one you want to do. Perception or survival.
Perception.
All right. So from what you do sort of know about, like you don't know much about the schools of magic and necromancy and stuff like that.
No,
But
I do not.
But as like, you can tell that these bodies have been modified, right, in some way to prevent them from decay, right? And so even with him dispelling it, right, the bodies, while they still are like dying husk, it's still holding together pretty well. And if anything, you can tell that it, like, even letting them go and letting them return to just being bodies isn't really enough to push them back to like the, like, basically
Yeah.
send them off, right?
I don't think Addis is too bothered by that. As long as there's not a man walking around with 12 walking zombies next to him, he's pretty chill about it. Yeah, I mean, I just say to them, and it feels like a hollow victory, but perhaps onwards we go. Do you think we can get to Conbury? Is that the one? Coneybury? Coneybury? Do you think we can get to Coneybury tonight?
Let me double check and see how far away it is. Yeah, it's close. You get there right at dusk. So you can attempt to try to like look around in there, or you can sort of take a quick.
It's a
break
village,
for the
no?
night. It was a village. It is now just
Oh.
a ruin.
Oh, perhaps if there's a banshee nearby and this is a village and scary, perhaps we should make camp a little way away from the ruins. We don't want to find ourselves
That may be a good idea.
battle in the
Then
middle
again,
of the
if we
night.
are looking for a banshee, will we find it during the day?
That is also true.
Well, I operate well in the night. Do you wish to go straight on to
Priestess
the banshee's
supposed
lair?
to give her this comb in exchange for a book.
That he has.
And
Approach her on that term.
all right.
Yeah, no, I think that would make sense actually. Yeah, let's approach them before we go to bed. Approach her.
All right. All right. So, give me a history check real quick. Anyone
Yeah.
who's half decent
0.
at it.
We don't have any people half decent at it, but I shall
13.
roll.
13.
Sure.
Natural 20.
Oh,
All right, there you go. So
I also rolled a 13.
with your together information and the nat 20, you're able, even though Corbin's never been in this area before, he somehow knows the history. So
reads.
that he reads.
Yeah.
The town of Corbury was sacked by barbarians years ago. The Triborn Trail, which is the trail it's like a route like 59 or whatever it is. Like it's basically a major sort of road that everyone takes. It runs right through this town. And it provides a pretty easy place for a banshee to be. And this old trail is northwest of the Neverwinter Woods. And you know that the lair is either in the town or it is very close to the town for the banshee's lair. But as you sort of get closer, the forest, even though it is near nighttime, and by the time you get to the town, it is nighttime. The forest around you somehow seems to be darker. Darker and colder here. Heavy vines and thick layers of moss drape down from the branches leading into it. And again, it seems noticeably colder. And sort of in the woods on the outskirts of the village. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna dig out that comb. Make sure that that's in hand. So we're not like fumbling through a pack to try to find it. And then just kind of approach the building that seems coldest and darkest.
All right. If you want to give me give me a survival check.
Survival?
Yeah.
23.
All right. Yeah. So, with your knowledge of sort of like the forest and stuff like that, you're able to pick up a trail. It isn't like anything you've ever seen, but you do sense that it seems to hold power opposite of life. And so you can make the assumption that this could be the trail leading to the Banshee's lair.
Perhaps this is Rafia's house.
Or it is his house. Both equally possible.
I'll follow the trail and turn to the group. I think it might be this way.
Right.
It is best
So,
we don't upset this banshee. I'm not best at the speaking thing. Perhaps, Corbin, you might do the speaking thing.
I'll attempt to
All right.
Offer the
not
comb.
make it angry.
So the trail leads you into the Neverwinter, towards the Neverwinter Woods, and as you get closer, it already felt sort of noticeably colder, but like even those without magic, which is none of you, can tell you can like just feel the air of death around you. It is unnatural as all get out. As you follow the trail, you come to sort of very similar to like the Hobbit houses, like that little like wall sort of area. You come to a low doorway. Corbin, what would you like to do?
Starts buttoning, undoing the buttons on his shirt.
It kind of pops out a little bit.
Careless Whisper plays in the
Back
background.
his hair.
No, I'll give the door a wrapping. I'm looking for the word wrapping. A little rap on the door.
You don't hear any response or hear anything on the inside either. But the
Great.
door, as
Let's go
you
home.
do sort of knock on it, it does, in classic horror movie fashion, creak open.
I'm gonna peek my head in and just kind of give a little. Hey.
Can I just sort of push him in a little way? Like, go on, Corbin.
We're not trying to intrude, but we just kind of
Helios.
He's gonna come in.
As you push him in,
Bitch, I'm making a deck save. The fuck?
yeah, give me a deck save.
He needs a strength
No,
check.
I'm not. No, I'm not pushing. I'm just sort of guiding you to try to if he resists.
Encouraging.
Yeah, if he resists, it won't do anything. I'm not shoving him in the doorway.
I'm gonna resist a little bit.
I was just sort of patting you on the back, like trying to reassure you, encourage you to head on in, like also to tell you that we're right behind you, because we're right behind you.
I'm a noble prick. I'm scared shitless.
Okay, cool.
Raffier will put his hand on your shoulder and
That motherfucker's
still
gonna push
silently-
me.
Still.
It's okay. It's okay, Corbin. You've got this. Come on.
Yeah, he will kind of give you a silent nod.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek my head in, and as previously said, not trying to intrude, but we're entering your home.
No response.
Then I'm gonna open the door the rest of the way and start making my way into the
Alright.
hobbit hole.
Brave lad. I'm going to turn around and leave him to it. No, I'm not really. I'm going in right beside him.
So as you enter, you see that this is a home of sorts. With
I would hope.
there's some furnishings, there's some chests and shelves. There's like a table there. There's a couch. But from what you can tell, it's all elven craft. None of it seems to be very human, right? It is completely dark in here though. There are no places for. Well, there were places for candles, but all the candles have been completely burnt out. As you enter, you sort of hear in that ghostly voice. She says, the air grows colder as a powerful feeling of dread grips you all. The door behind you slams shut. And in front of you, a cold, pale light flickers into the air. Rapidly, it begins to take a form of an elven woman, with her hair flowing and robes waving in the spectral wind. If any of you are actually paying attention and not pissing your pants, she at one point in time, you can tell, was very beautiful at one point, but but now she has sort of a lot more. As her form starts to come in, she has that very elven form, the very beautiful face, but then as it sets, right, a very hateful, ghoulish expression appears, and she says, "Foolish mortals, what do you want here? Do you not know it is to seek me out?"
No, we purposefully came here to seek you out. We had questions. I had no idea you were so beautiful.
Flattery will get you nowhere. What do you want?
Well, my friend here, he has a comb.
To be fair, I think Jin handed you the comb.
Yeah,
so
I'm
you're
pretty sure
holding
you've
it.
got a comb.
That he wanted me to give you.
There you go.
But also, we have a question about Book of
Spells.
Spells.
Gentle.
Give me a persuasion check.
God, I should start rolling
Do
this
we
on
have
a
his
natural 20.
Was it Begruntle or something?
Bow gentle.
Oh, no, that's close.
Oh, gentle.
So
You got
it
a
was
natural.
20 for 25.
To be fair, I've got a note right here. I
Naturally.
just can't
Alright.
read it.
Mm.
She'll take the comb, and she'll sense the persuasive tone in your voice, and looking at the comb, she looks longingly, as it seems as though this was something very precious to her at one point in time. She says, and she sort of chuckles to herself, she says, your silver tongue is not needed in this situation. This comb is enough.
Well, my silver tongue follows me everywhere I go, but
She'll give you a little wink when you say that. What? After that, the comb will sort of disappear, right? She'll just do some banshee magic-ish, and it'll disappear, and she'll turn to you all and say, very well, I know you speak many things, so I will allow you one question that
Each?
I will answer. She does not answer your question. Are you sure that that's what you want to say?
That is not my
that what
question.
you want to
That is not my question.
That was your one question.
I will confer with the party on what question we want to ask. It's about the spellbook, correct?
Yeah. I mean, there are lots and lots and lots of things we'd like to know, but I think that's what we came here to ask. I mean, I personally want to know who the Black Spider is, but I think that's
It's why we were given the
the
comb
Bow
by
Gentle
the priest of
spellbook is the
Timora.
correct. Yeah,
Bow
we
Gentle,
shouldn't have
okay.
used the comb if we didn't want to
Yeah.
do the spellbook
Yes.
quest.
I will
You
look
know-
at her. And,
She'll say, as you sort of start all to defer, and I'm assuming you said that out loud, but you sort of rescinded it after you realized the fact that was a question.
yeah.
She'll sort of come, like, fly up to you, Corbin, and she'll say, and she'll have a gentle smile on her face as the ghoulish sort of expressions start to leave, and she'll say, you amuse me.
My God,
I
you're
will
beautiful
allow-
up close.
I will allow you one extra question. So you have one
Ooh.
question as a party, and to honor Corbin's nat 20, he also gets one question that I'll say this. You can't confer with everyone about what the question is.
That's okay.
Oh,
I'm
that's
sure Corbin
fine.
will expend it beautifully.
I will, I
But
promise you.
we will like to ask about the spellbook from Bow Gentle. For Bow
Yeah,
Gentle.
That was the question I was going to ask for the party, yes.
All right, so the party's question is about the spellbook.
We're looking to know if she has the location of it, correct?
Pretty sure that was the thing, yeah. She
Yeah.
knew where the spellbook was.
She'll smile. Such a silly book. I traded it to a necromancer many years ago.
Fucker.
100-ish years ago. To a wizard. His name is escaping me as she'll sort of look at Corbin. But he was from the city of Erebor. I do not know exactly what became of the book. Exactly, as I said, I traded it over 100 years ago, and I haven't left this area, but as far as I sent it in chat, shut up, James. Shut the fuck up, James. You're so mean. Think whoever you are doing this for. I think whoever you are doing this for will find that is enough information. As far as I can tell, and she'll sort of create a small light in her hand. She'll say, "From what I can tell, it is not left." So you know its last location, which is all you needed to know for it. In Corbin, you get your one extra question.
Hold on. motion her to the other side of the room so that the rest of the party doesn't have to hear my question.
The Jin will just leave.
Yeah, I say I have
You
something
attempt to
personal
leave.
ask
The
her.
door will not open.
Yeah, just
Oh,
stand by the
That's
door.
fun.
Yeah, okay. Let's not make a deal.
I will look suspiciously at Corbin, knowing that he's about to ask something really redundantly stupid, and then I will accept it and just put my hands on cross my hands on my chest.
And I'm sure Rafier will probably try and listen to me if he was here.
Oh, quite possibly.
He's not here, so he will not.
I will look at the Banshee and I'll say, do you happen to have any relatives of as beautiful as you that might be alive at this point?
Fortunately, if I did still have any family that was left alive, I am unsure of where they are. She'll smile at you and say, "It is cute that you wish to ask that, though. If you wish, you may stay here with me."
Unfortunately, I have a quest to do with these party members of mine and nobility calling. But it was a
Well,
pleasure meeting you.
I wish you luck. And then she'll fly over and she'll kiss you on the cheek, and you feel in that spot your cheek go cold, and like
I hope it
it's like a
prevents him from
cold spot.
speaking for a week.
It doesn't. But with that, she'll say, "My business here is concluded." And with that, she will like very much how she was flickering as a light before. She'll flicker. Her form will start to revert into the light and then disappear. The door will open up, and you are all free to go.
Yeah, we'll book it. Like, gone.
Yeah.
Out the door, run away.
All right. And since it is nighttime, I'm assuming you all will make camp far, far away from the lair and the village.
Oh, I
And
won't.
With that, we'll take a short break.
I don't mind.
0. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, you guys slept probably a good couple miles.
We slept a
away
couple of
from-
miles? Jesus.
miles away from the lair.
Not me.
No, he slept
Except
right outside
Corbin.
the front door. Yeah.
Except Corbin, who went into the Banshee's old bed and
Weird,
slept in
sad
there.
puppy.
I will give you guys the option. Do you want to go through the Neverwinter Woods, which would be the shortest path, or would you rather go around the Neverwinter Woods?
I am most definitely a huge fan of traveling through the woods if other people are up for it.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna shy away from traveling through the woods.
No.
As confident as he is with his nature skills, I will follow.
Yeah. And also, Jin
so-
is also very, nature adept. I think the woods work in our favor in almost
All right,
every way.
it is about 50 miles of rough terrain, which
50
I think is
miles? Couple of days.
yeah, it's a couple of days. But luckily, since you have a ranger with you, difficult terrain won't affect you as bad. So you're able to make what would be probably almost a week's trip, closer to just a couple days.
Yep.
As you're going through, you don't find anything huge, like nothing like the first night in the orc cave. You find no sign of any necromancers of questionable morality. Corbin, until you all get to Thunder Tree, every single night you are dreaming of the Banshee, doing various activities. And eventually, after a while, you guys arrive at the ruins of Thunder Tree. If someone would like to give me a history check again. I know I keep asking for a lot of those, but I want to give you guys lore, so. No?
13.
Me. Oh, there you go.
Well, let's see if I can beat him. Oh, I rolled a 19 for a 19.
Alright, well, the ruins of Thunder Tree, it was abandoned village. 30 years ago, the eruption of a volcano nearby, Mount Hot Now.
That is by the way, Holden now is the thing that the necromancers have faced it off on purpose to burn down everywhere. Yeah.
That's where that questionable morality comes in.
I
Devastated,
like the idea
destroying.
of a volcano named Hot Now.
No, it's Holden now.
No.
I
No,
love the
no,
fact that he put
No,
said
it is
hot
it is
now.
hot now. That I will not accept.
All right,
it.
better
all right,
stay
Nelly.
away.
All right,
Hot,
Nelly.
It is now hot now.
Better stay away from it.
But in the wake of said explosion, the town was evacuated, and rumors and sightings of strange zombies swept the area.
Any banshees?
Alright, unfortunately, as soon as you left the woods, you did hear, you are out of my reach, I can no longer reach you. As she is you're no longer within range. You
We
cannot
dragged
go-
him along anyway.
You dragged him along. He was definitely beating off in her room, but yeah. So, what would you all like to do?
I
If you're looking
think
at,
I don't mind if you want me to roll for this, like to do a nature check, but I know something about the strange zombies of this area as a person. And I think Elios might know something about them. I don't know if maybe I can make like a nature check or something.
make a nature check with disadvantage because Elios didn't know what happened to the area. So
Yeah, but he does know what happened with these strange beasts coming out of it. Also, he happens to have rolled a 19 and a 17 on his dice. So that's a 19 on the nature check.
19. All right.
I'd just like to tell my friends, if we encounter any strange zombies here, make sure you keep your distance.
All right.
That's it. Yeah. I know those little bastards from, reading the books. I don't know if they have the
Yeah,
effect
I was
in D&D, but in the books, they are a complete pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was going to ask how far you wanted to what Elios would know, since you rolled high enough that I was
Just
gonna
that they
let you
go
choose
boom.
what you know. That they go big boom boom. So if you want to pull up the map, James.
Yes. Okay. Bear with me a second. This is going to take longer than you think.
What I always tell the ladies.
That's what I told the Banshee.
Banshee.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Hold on. I'm still not done.
All right. And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a choice here, and it's gonna kind of affect what time of day it is. So you can either come in where the current player token is. You'd come in sort of a little after noon-ish, so it'd be sort of mid-afternoon. You can come in on the opposite side, the other corner. That would get you closer to not morning, but a lot closer to noon exactly. And then depending on where you went, would depend on what time it is. So I'll let you guys choose where you want to start, basically. You are muted.
I know. We've come from the southeast, correct?
You came. You came from the southeast. Yeah.
Well, as we arrive, we'd see there's no sort of path here, right? Perhaps we might move around to the west. I think this is the most logical place for us to enter from.
Yeah, I think so
with that.
as well.
Corbin, is that okay?
Yeah, sounds good
Cool.
to me. I have no preference.
Yeah, as we sort of get to this little path, I'll sort of gesture and some buildings, ruins, right and left. Perhaps we should check them out one by one, make sure we don't leave anything behind us.
Smart.
Also,
We're looking
I think we've
for-
just entered a tavern. Sorry, I'll change the music.
We are looking for the...
You're
looking for a
the druid.
Yes, but there was this also the town where there was the lady said that the brooch or the necklace or whatever was here.
Yep.
Oh,
There's
yep,
an
she
alchemist
did say-
shop under a shelf somewhere. There's a
Yes,
necklace.
she said.
Emerald necklace, alchemy shop under a storage shelf, southeast of Thunder Tree, in the southeast corner of Thunder Tree.
Yeah, so you are actually quite close to it. But, yeah. But anyway, so you have, as you're coming up, you have the building on your right that's a lot closer. It's a little bit bigger. Then you also have the building a little bit ahead of that. It looks, I wouldn't say it looks a lot more, set or intact, since they both are, ruins and stuff like that. But it definitely looks like it looks more put together, right? But it's a little bit smaller. As you approach, though, there is a wooden sign nailed on a post. It says, "Danger! Plant monsters and zombies. Turn back now."
There is a strange game going on here between plant monsters and zombies.
Plants versus zombies, you'd even say.
Plants versus zombies.
Yes, most unusual. I
You hear a
thought this was-
lawnmower in the distance.
I thought this was only played up in Luskan. But regardless, we should beware. And with that, Elias will be on alert, constantly being perceptive. Well, sort of.
So do you want to go left or right first? Which building do you want to search?
To the left, if everybody's okay. No, the path branches off to the right first.
Yeah.
So that would make the most sense, yeah.
All right.
Although everything we own is in a box to the left, our entrance shall be to the right.
Right then.
We shall go the right way, because to go the wrong way would be foolish.
Alright. So, as you sort of walk towards and, enter it, this seems to be a farmhouse of some kind. You're not quite sure what exactly, you can tell that it's a farmhouse, right? And you can tell that this place is very overrun with, plant life and stuff like that, as you can tell that there was a reason that, you were told to beware, stay away, stuff like that. But it seems peaceful. Looking at the town, it seems peaceful. It seems quiet. It doesn't seem like anyone's really moving around and stuff like that, which makes sense because, like, you know, this town is supposed to be abandoned. But what would you wish to do?
Yeah, I'll sort of very gently step up and have a little look around the farmhouse. A little bit gingerly.
All right, so
Be aware, strange things roam the area.
give me a stealth and perception check.
I didn't mean gently in that sense. I'm not stealthing.
Okay.
Perception check is a 9. Yeah, I'm sort of, when I say gently, I sort of reverent, I guess. I don't.
Like you're not trying to disturb.
I don't want to
anything?
disturb too much. Exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm taking a look around,
so-
seeing if I can find the alchemist shop. Alchemist or apothecary? Sorry, Miego, my brain has gone to fish.
Alchemist.
Alchemist.
shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have notes, believe it or not, but they don't work very well right now.
But yeah, so just because you're trying really hard not to mess with everything,
I can still give you that
it's
stealth
like-
check if you want, because
well,
I'm
no,
trying to be
it's
gentle
it's
and cautious.
it's more of the fact that like this house is so like overgrown with like growth and plants that you aren't able to like sort of quietly.
Oh, in that case, I will start like moving stuff around. I'm looking for a shelf. Let's see if this is an old store or something.
Well, as I said previously, you can see sort of holes in the building. You can tell that this used to be like a farmhouse. But as you start to sort of rustle like the bushes and like the overgrowth around, you do immediately see 10 husks, sort of all in the room, motionless currently. They haven't noticed you yet, but
I'm really
As
sorry.
Elios-
We're getting attacked by huskies?
husks like
Oh, okay. That's slightly more normal. I was just like, well, you what? They're all
Elios-
standing dead still.
Lead dogs.
yeah, Helios, you can tell this is like the creatures that you knew about, right? Everyone else, as none of you rolled for it, you can tell that this is either the plant monster.
Well, no, I mean, I would have told them about the ash zombies, right? Because I told them not to get too close.
Yeah,
yeah.
ash zombies.
warn us.
You can tell that these are twig blights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, twig
fuck.
blights.
Can
there
I fire
are-
a
I'll
wooden
say
arrow
this,
at a
there-
twig blight? That's not an
there are-
in-game question. I'm just wondering
Yeah,
curiously.
but yeah. So you see 10 of them in this room.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
What are your weapons, friends? Well, can we not fight them? Do we have a choice? Aren't they between me and the door?
You were starting to sort of pull apart like some of the thicket to try to see more inside because you couldn't really see that well. And as you pulled the thicket apart, sort of like imagine like a bunch of vines coming down, right? You were grabbing them and sort of pulling them apart into an opening to like look and see and be able to move inside, and then you saw them.
Now my question is, are they in a perfectly straight line?
They are not in a perfectly straight line. If anything, they are standing in a circle, sort of all. It seems like they're.
Don't worry, Corbin. In a couple of levels, you'll be okay.
One day.
Nevertheless, I will sort of slowly back off and like, down, boys, down.
They're not. They haven't noticed you yet. So you screaming down, boys.
I'm not here. You're not here. It's okay. I can't see you. You can't see me. Bye. And I shall just back off and return to the group. If they attack, we'll kill them. But if they don't attack, we'll not kill them.
Do you move the Do you take the branches as you like pulled it apart? Do you sort of push it back to cover that opening?
I don't know. Do I? No, I don't think so. I think I just let go and backed off.
All right. So so you begin to walk away. You do notice that the sun is sort of starting to peer in a little bit through that opening, which is why I was saying that. And fortunately for you, currently the sun is not high enough to sort of get in there and get very far into the room, right? The group is still away from it, but from what you can gather, that perhaps if left open, you might wake these creatures up. So like if you were to close those vines and put them back, right, it would prevent these creatures from waking up.
We're gonna close the shade so the sun doesn't hit him and wake him up.
I'm assuming one of you will do it.
I don't know what's happening.
All right. James motioned to you. I'm pretty sure.
No, I gave you a thumbs up. Sorry. I'll do it. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So yeah, you'll close it up, and I'm assuming you'll go to the fourth. You'll go to the left side.
Yes, we'll go to building number 4, Darth.
All right.
Don't worry, we've all done it.
All right. Yeah. As you go up, it seems to be a small house. It is in the best condition so far that you can tell out of this place. You do see, though, that the doors are reinforced. Right? It does seem like this place was built to be a little bit of a holdout.
Jin, do you do any crafting? Any craftsman work? Anything like that? Oh, did I kill him?
Apparently he doesn't. He was very upset with your question.
Fucking carpentry! Carpentry, I'm out! Fuck that!
You do carpentry? No!
That was so well timed, Diego. I literally was like, Jin, do you do any carpentry? And you just left. Does Jin do any sort of carpentry or craftsmanship or anything like that?
He has cartographer's tools and herbalism.
No, okay,
but
cool.
he was going to do a lap around the building to see if there's any bit that isn't like really tightly buttoned up that maybe like, an ermine could get through or something like
just
that.
Just as he goes, can I turn to Jin and just say, see if you can ascertain if this place has been built up since the ruin. What I'm trying to work out, does it look like it's being, like, is this reinforcement new?
I'll tell you for free. It is the new. You can tell it is new in the sense it wasn't built here with the town. You can't tell how long it has been.
No, that's fine.
And from what you can tell, it's reinforced not in the way that it's like you can't get in. It's just like it has like iron bars on it and stuff like that. Like
it's to block things from getting in. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go up to the door as Jin is doing a lap, and I'll just knock. I have no idea if that's helpful, but fuck it, it seems like the right thing to do.
Hey, it worked on the banshee.
Exactly. As you do, the little eye hole, like, peep right at your, like, eye level opens up. It's just... Are you real?
Are you druid?
Answer my question first. I asked first.
I'll sort of... I think so. You a druid?
Yes.
We've come from... Fuck, we've come from somewhere. We've come from Phandalin. I'll turn to Corbin. I was never any good at this. And then I'll sort of step out the way and let Corbin go in front and talk.
Yes, as he said, we came from Phandalin.
Yeah, you can hear him sniffing the air. He's like, "You all have been by the Banshee, haven't you?"
Well, yes, I have.
You especially. He'll turn to Corbin. He'll say, "Did you fuck the Banshee?"
I did not fuck the Banshee. You can't fuck a Banshee.
That's what they all tell you as he starts to laugh to himself. She's a good lay. Anyway, I'm assuming you all came to ask me some questions. So, as you sort of hear, it takes Jin. You come back from your full lap as he is still unlocking things until eventually it's and he lifts the heavy door open, and he like sort of moves like the iron like cage door that he had. He was like, "Come in," and he invites you all in.
All right.
So come in.
Well, good day.
Yeah.
Go ahead on in.
He'll start making some tea for you guys, and he's like he gives you all some food. He's very hospitable. it seems like he is very happy that you all are here, but also at the same time very questioning, because he knows that any normal person would stay away as soon as they saw the sign about the zombies and the plant monsters. So he knows that you all have to be adventurers of some level of caliber. But then at the same time, he also probably has done this song and dance before, so he'll sit down with his cup of tea and start drinking. And so, what brought you here today?
Well, we came with a question about
Many do,
with multiple questions, as a matter of fact.
many more do.
Yes. Well, I know that we're looking for the castle, Cragmaws Castle.
Mm. Cragmaws Castle. It does sound familiar. Uh, I am part of the Emerald Enclave, and this castle and its occupants have been a nuisance as of late to me and my folk. So
That's fantastic.
I will gladly give you directions to it, and he'll ask if one of you would like pull out a map. I'm assuming one of you has a map of the area. He would mark down that location,
Oh,
and then
excellent.
also sort of write down on the side any like extra locations, right? It's just like, oh, once you get to this tree, you have to take a left, right? Or you'll see a waterfall, and you know, just extra little things that you just couldn't tell from a map specifically. Basically, he's marked your waypoint. Again, he will sit down and he says, what else may I help you with?
Yes, we were also looking for Wave Echo Cave, if you have any knowledge of that.
I do, but I won't give you the location of it. Moreover, it is a special place.
Might I procure why it's special?
You may give me a persuasion check, is what you may do.
Oh, that I may. 19.
The information and the things found there are... we do not wish to see them resurface. I will not tell you, and I will not write down its location, but I will lead you there
Oh, excellent.
on one condition.
Ah.
You see, as I have lived here for a while now, the zombies, the plant creatures aren't much of a problem, but there is a new creature in town that is a problem.
Oh, good. Well, perhaps we can chase it off for you. What's the nature of this creature?
There is a dragon in the area.
I'm sorry.
my.
Did you stutter? Did you mean a hag?
My
It's
goodness, my friend.
a dragon, sir.
He will pull out a map, and he'll start to write down locations of. He'll give you. He's gonna give you a basic layout of the entire town.
No. I don't want to know where it is. I want to know what it is.
He's getting to that. This is part of his story he's trying to tell. I have been living here generally well. I was living in one of the towers, relatively fine, and then a dragon appeared. The tower in the top, like in the north part of the map, he points to that tower there, saying that I used to live there, relatively fine until this dragon moved in. It is a young dragon. It called himself Venomfang. He doesn't, as dragons do, as hoarded money and gold there. money and gold there, and he has been a nuisance in this town. He is causing the he's causing the local wildlife and animals, specifically the plant creatures and the zombies, to act up more and more, meaning I'm having to deal with more and more and more. And well, I haven't seen him fly towards any of the major cities or anything like that. Should he continue to grow, then one day he may pose a threat.
So what you're asking of us is to deal with a dragon?
I don't need you to kill the dragon.
Oh,
I
good.
just
Well, I
need
sure hope
to
not.
get rid of the dragon.
I can attempt to speak with it, but can never promise my own life.
Corbin, whilst I've enjoyed travelling with you, if you wish to speak with the dragon, I will suggest that you do so alone. I do not wish to parley with the dragon.
Well, I don't wish to parlay with the dragon either.
This Venom Fang, do I assume that he is green in colour?
Yeah, he's a young green dragon.
Excellent.
Never mind,
They
I
are
don't want to
notorious
speak with it.
liars. I have no interest in speaking
Yeah, I have no interest in talking
with
with
these
them
dragons. However, perhaps we might scare him off. Perhaps you might come with us. We might try some sort of trick on him. You know, make loud noises or something. But I don't particularly.
It's gonna.
Just
he's
a
gonna
reference,
chuckle.
like
He's not a bear.
you're indicating that we should go and fight a green dragon.
Absolutely.
I am
I'm not
assuming,
indicating that
Mr.
whatsoever.
TM, you are most definitely indicating we should go and find said green
So-
dragon.
So remember, he is offering to lead you to Wave Echo Cave in return for dealing with this dragon. But you do know that the reason you want to go to Cragmaw Castle is one, to save the dwarf there that you were
Yeah.
rehired to do,
Remember
but
him.
also because he knows the location of the cave. So it's a 50.
But Elios likes helping people.
Well,
Why
no,
does
I'm
he
not
want
saying
us to deal
you
with
don't
a
have to
dragon?
do both.
Don't you think I can ask him politely? I don't suppose if we deal with this dragon, we might gain in power. Perhaps before we get there.
The reason why he'll explain. The reason why I was showing you the location of the town is so that you may scavenge what materials and what items that you can before you do such a thing. I realize what I am asking here, but I hope you realize that this is the price that it costs for me to show you the cave, for that is how important it is to us.
Could definitely explore the remainder of the town and then see if when we have our warlock more
When he's feeling a bit more chatty.
present, he can help decide whether we try to run off this dragon or not.
Indeed.
DM, I know that the druid has no idea what you're talking about, but he'll say, again, you don't have to do it. I've given you the location of the castle.
Indeed. And perhaps
I-
perhaps that is enough, though I for one feel inclined to help wherever possible, and dragons are an abhorrence against nature. The chromatic dragons.
Yeah, okay.
Those that cause trouble can often cause a lot of it, is my point. Wanton destruction, in fact. Though I am not sure of my talents in this regard, I would definitely like to give it an effort. But perhaps we should do our reconnaissance first.
Yes, of course. Once again, I don't actually expect you to go do this. This is just my price for showing you cave.
Well, we shall have a look around the town, and we shall return to you, whether we will take on this dragon or not.
Agreed.
As long as you knock first, my home is open to any who wish to brave the town. Do keep in mind though, he'll sort of go to the window and point to the house you just came from, or the farmhouse you just came from. He said, "Don't open the thickets on that. It was very hard to get them in there, any direct sunlight will wake them up, and it will be, how you say, a bitch to deal with.
Ah, yes, we noticed this. Don't worry. I'm quite adept with the ways of nature.
Really?
We saw it.
Alright. Then feel free to stay the night, sleep, eat, rest, plan, whatever you wish to do. If you do end up slaying or killing the dragon, you may come talk to me, and I will hold up my end of the bargain. If not, it was nice meeting all of you.
Well, it's still early in the day, so I think for now we
Yeah.
see what else we can find in this place.
Sorry, there's a wild tabaxi in my hallway.
There's a tabaxi.
I'm thinking it's noon and we got all our resources, so let's poke around a bit.
Hey, let's do some exploring.
Alrighty then. So, as you come out of the house, the left is really the only way you could go. You can see on your left side, avoiding the tower, is like the tower where the dragon is supposedly.
The dragon is up here?
On your left. Here, let me just. Yep, right there. That is the dragon's tower.
I have a horrible feeling I've met this dragon before. There you go. I believe I was a bard at the time, but I think we've been here before. Regardless, we'll head on upwards.
So there's to your left, a little bit in front of you there's like a lot more of the town, as you can see on the map. But yeah, I'll leave it to you guys where you want to go.
We'll head up to
James is
it.
putting us.
Alright.
Well, I mean, I put us on the fork so we could discuss it.
Well,
but I think we'll head round to the left and then we'll do a sort of lap.
Yeah.
Alright, and as you as you arrive at this first house, it is it just like with the farmhouse, it is very overgrown. With a bunch of nature has begun to retake and reclaim a lot of the town. But give me a perception check. Anyone?
That's a grand total of 11.
11? Alrighty then.
Say 5 plus a 6. My dice has been absolutely useless today. In fact, this dice is getting removed. I'll pick up one of those. I did roll a nat 20 earlier today, but apart from that, it's been shit.
Alright, and give me a quick second.
So you said it's quite overgrown here, right? I think I'll...
What did you get? You said you got an 11, correct?
An 11, yes.
Yeah, alright. So, it is quite difficult to see, but you do see a lot of the same creatures that you found in the barn. You do see a couple lining the house.
More of these plant-like creatures line our way. Do we want to look inside the building? It may be worth the risk.
We're not sure of anything of particular value or importance, but then again, the druid did imply that there might be resources to be gleaned.
I, for one, am not particularly afraid of these plant creatures. I think perhaps a route around the house, and if they trouble us, well, perhaps they will discover more trouble than they are expecting.
Perhaps we can gauge how dangerous they are, so we know going forward. It's a dangerous experiment, but maybe worthwhile.
Indeed.
As you start to move around, you can kind of see, it's not really, you can't really tell on the map, but like moving around, so moving a lot like towards the building at the top, right? Not going directly to there, but following that path, right? You can see that that left building and the right building have sort of, the forest has communed together, and it has become one conjoined thing.
Yeah, I think we'll go into the house and we'll start rooting around.
All right.
I don't think we need to be scared of some twigs.
Yeah. So then, as you start to go towards it, you see on like lining the buildings of the building in that corner over there and the building that you're currently at. They start to like sort of erupt off the walls and stuff like that, and start to they start to head towards you. And everyone, roll initiative for me.
What initiative?
Yes, initiative. What did you think you were just gonna get along perfectly and nicely with these?
No, I just figured that my initiative could be better than that.
Just wait till they all gather around, everyone else, and then, hit them with the AoE.
Yeah, if you just want to put them in the line for me, Rafier.
We'll try. Use the shove action to try to push them into a line.
Oh, battle music just got legit.
This is a good one, this one. It's kind of a shame to use it on Twig Blights, but whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like dragon music, to be honest with you.
No,
Yes.
I don't fancy fighting that dragon. That doesn't
Above
exist
you,
in
you
my
see-
world.
You see 3 green dragons fly
3?
overhead.
Nice.
15.
Yes.
Wild
You also
black
see
dragons.
and
you see
high.
5 ancient black dragons fly overhead.
Next
One
week
with
on
3
Lost Minds of
heads.
Fandelver, we make characters together. Yes, okay, so initiative be rolled, yes? We're
Yep.
ready for you,
Yes.
Darth, when you're ready for
Got a
us.
16.
I have no idea how many things I'm fighting, so I don't know how
What
many
did you
to put on
get?
the screen. We've got 2 16s and a 17 and a 6.
What did you get, James?
I rolled
They-
on the thingy, 16.
I didn't see it. That's why. It
I
didn't
did the
auto-populate.
roll
Are
on
you
the...
sure mine did not populate? I'll roll it again.
I can click it
No,
again
it
if you
did.
want.
No, yours auto-populated.
He's
There you
happy
go.
to
Is that better, Darth?
No, you're keeping your 16. You're keeping your 16.
That's a shame. 24 was quite a nice...
Rafier is the first to move. As you all see, as they all start kind of like pulling themselves off the walls, as like the vines are sort of dripping off of them and stuff like that, you see roughly 10 all starting to awaken and move towards you. You don't have to show that many, mostly because I feel like you will kill them very quickly, so it would just be more of a hassle. If anything, give me like 4 groups, and then we'll say that, yeah, that works. That honestly works perfectly fine, especially at the angle. Rapier, after hearing about how they like to explode, and not necessarily to get too close to them, Rapier shall just he will just
Darth,
Eldritch Blast.
these are
Yes.
these are these are the twig things, right? They're not ash
Yep.
zombies, are they? Oh yeah, they don't
They're not
explode
ash
as far as
zombies.
we know.
But still, he doesn't want to run in and get overrun.
Oh,
Like he doesn't
Proceed.
want to get 10 surrounding him and letting them all start to get attacks off.
what a
He'd
pussy.
rather make pot shots. Mostly, I don't want to kill his character, James. Shut up.
I do.
All right. Well, last time I checked, I'm the DM here. Yeah. So as one starts to run up to him, we'll say as E1 starts to run up to him, he's able to Eldritch Blast pot shot, taking its head off. He kills E1 is dead. And with that, that is his turn. Elios Bane.
I'll turn to Rafier. I thought you were the tank. And then I shall realize that.
He'll give you a silent shrug.
Hold on, I would start with the party. Well, I'm going in. So I will move up to here. Because this is the right move. And I shall hit out at E2. That's an 18 to hit.
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 10 damage.
It is dead.
Slashing. Cool. There's a reason why I'm up here. And then I shall slash at E3. That is an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is 5 damage.
All right, it is dead.
Cool. And then I shall slash at E4. And that's a 21 to hit. What's my other
That'll
D8?
hit.
Where's my other D8? There we go. That is 12 damage.
All right, and it is dead. You
Okay, and
have
then
successfully been
I shall
slaughtered.
move 10... ooh, who's that? Who have I grabbed? I shall move 10 feet backwards. Because that's the
Alright.
movement speed I had left. I killed E4, so it doesn't get an opportunity attack.
Yep. And I'm assuming that is your turn. So Jin, you are up.
All right.
Why is he 9-1? Sorry, I've deleted him.
Just kind of get to the side of Rafir there, and I will use my sling to strike E7 with the rock. Oh, except I probably won't. AC 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, the
Alright.
rock does not seem to phase them. The small pebble that you shoot, you are not Goliath.
To be fair,
Uh,
David was the one that threw the rock. Goliath's the one that died. Okay.
Not in my
bonus
story.
action. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm
right.
assuming that's your turn.
Yep.
All right. Corbin.
I'm gonna step all 30 movement speed diagonal of E8,
Okay.
and they're all gonna die. Just diagonal of E8. Like I went in a straight line, all the way, like just literally 5 feet from E8. Up to the left. Right there.
Yep, right there.
And they're all gonna die. I'm casting Thunderwave in a 15-foot cube, and that hits all of them.
I was kicking myself for not preparing. something to do
How much damage do you do base?
It's
you don't-
2d8.
All right.
Even if they
You
succeed.
can just roll
Oh,
damage.
for
Yeah,
half.
just roll
Yeah,
damage.
yeah. I'll just roll damage.
Just roll
Just an
damage.
FYI, Thunderwave is... You have to have yourself in the cube, right? So
It
you can't just-
originates from you, so it
You
would
are
be...
the edge
so,
of the cube.
yeah, you just have
I
to
am
be
the
in the cube
edge.
somewhere, right? So it's E7 is not going to be targetable, but
No,
everything else is.
I am the edge of the cube, so...
Yeah, so
Alright,
everything
E7
other than
E7
E7.
is
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
You can hit everything but E7.
Yeah,
That's some
and with
Thunderwave
that,
music for you.
Yeah, and with that, succeed or fail, they will all take, on a success, 9, on a fail 4.
Wait, you mean
Opposite
on
that. Yeah.
opposite that?
Yeah.
I was
Take
like,
double
then
damage
they're
if
all
they
gonna
succeed their
fail.
saving
So that
throw.
way, I mean, they're all dead. As they all start like running towards you, very zombie horde-like style, you clap, thunder blasts out, and it just like a nuclear bomb disintegrates. They're
And,
like ash now.
yes, to add insult to injury, can you make E7 do a Constitution saving throw for me?
It's probably going to fail.
Yes,
But,
please. Where the fuck did my D6 go?
Yeah, that's a whopping 4.
He's going to take 6 damage,
Yeah,
Why?
it's dead.
because I cast
Wait.
Thunderbite.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
All right,
Just wondered how you did that.
All right, there you go. All of them are dead. The music was it's so hype right now, but it's so unnecessary. It's just
We
I'm
had an
so
epic
fucking
battle with
pumped.
these Twig Blights, alright? We enjoyed it.
Yeah, everyone took their turns and then they just all died. All right, but
I thought that was the plan. I thought that was what we're supposed to
That
do.
was the plan.
yeah. So searching the houses, you will find that one of them contains nothing, which is the one that was farthest away from you. Not the one that's above you currently. James, if you want to pull up the map real quick.
Sorry, I was doing music. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
We've got no
I just
faces
wanna-
on this
yeah,
map.
I
I don't
wanna
think.
make
Oh, we
sure.
have faces. Okay.
Yeah, so you guys were not at this first crossroad, but the other crossroad.
Mhm.
So, no, yeah. So you guys you're not there, you're on the other one. Farther to the left. That other
What? We were in this
crossroad.
building.
No, so what I said is that as you went down, the one from, the 1 and 2 were conjoined together forest-wise, and you had twig blights coming from 1 as well.
Yeah. We cleared out
Yeah,
these two
yeah.
buildings, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
But
trying to tell you.
we've only been here. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. we should like a
as you search
Rooty
in
and
there-
Tooty around the house.
Yep. From what you're able to gather, this used to be a shop of some kind. And after a bit of searching, you will find a chest full of coins.
Oh, nice.
It is rooted into the ground, so you will have to sort of pull it out and cut away some of like the branches and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you pull it out and you find a chest filled with 700 copper, 160 silver, and 90 gold. So you have much regained and your loot from spending on those horses. 100%
The horses
right
were
now.
worth it anyway from an emotional standpoint.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, financial wise, you guys have made enough that was sort of a moot point now. But if you were to search the other house that you've cleared, you'll find nothing of much.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can tell. No, I'm serious. Like, there's nothing else.
No,
there.
just amused me.
Because
Like, if you search the other house, you'll find nothing.
no, just because you can tell that like they have grown together so much that the forest has basically destroyed anything that was in this house.
Yep, that's fair.
And so now you have the building at the top that you guys
Yeah,
still
if we can,
haven't
please.
searched.
If we can go into the building.
You see, you can see a hanging sign. Similar to a tavern. It is a little bit overgrown, but you can still sort of see the name. Make it out faintly. It's called the Brown Horse Tavern.
A tavern. Perhaps they still have some ale in stock.
Yep. What you do find are something not as nice as ale, or
Oh, well,
as
that's
nice as ale,
exciting.
depending on how you do it. You see, Elios, you recognize these as soon as you see them.
Oh, good.
Fish people.
Soup-eating fish people, yeah.
You see 6
That's why they
ash
come to land.
zombies in there.
To enjoy soup.
Okay. Cool.
If everyone wants to just roll initiative real quick, we can.
Seems reasonable.
Are you fucking me?
No, not right now. Would you like me to be? That can be arranged.
Uh,
I'm gonna get off the stream if that's gonna go down.
Don't worry, I'm going to be role-playing a banshee during it.
Like,
It
game
might be
on,
worth.
I'm just not
It,
gonna
it might be worth
Uh,
watching.
Salty, did you roll your dice?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, let me just roll for you and get it. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's the initiative I rolled.
I don't have it populated. And
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
an
feeling a little
18. It was an 18.
That's an 18.
Yes, it is.
I feel like you're not telling the truth, but I was also going to let you re-roll your initiative this once.
I did.
because
I
like-
did. Yes, I did re-roll it from a 5 to an 18.
All right. Well, I was gonna let you re-roll it either way. So
Why? Why? Punish him. Make him have a 5.
Uh,
Last
no,
time,
mostly
everything got to
because
group up beautifully for him.
I got a 6. I'm fine.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Unfortunately for him, and you guys, Refier gets to go first again. It's funny how Dan can't roll for Refier, but when I do, Refier's rolling just fine. But as I'm assuming that you tell everyone that this is
Already, right?
These are the zombies I was talking about. Don't get too close.
Yeah, so he's gonna Eldritch Blast.
Sling.
That's an 18 for him to hit, which, yeah, that hits. And dealing 8 damage as it shoots into the side. And then a puff of ash comes out. They seem generally unfazed, though, by it. He will move to be in front of the party, having his shield up, right? Ready to defend, but he isn't running into melee combat. It's more if he's sort of holding the line, basically. He's holding the door.
You did say 6, right?
6.
Cool. Just checking.
Yep. And it is
Brutal fight.
Corbin.
Yes, I will move in front of where Rafir currently is standing on the thing.
Okay.
And yes, James, Corbin's going first.
Cool.
But yeah,
listen,
so-
I'm using the beta encounter, okay?
All right, it just does it. Yeah, okay. It should be
Yeah,
based on
it
dex, but that's
shows
fine.
me that he goes first, so...
Cool. That saves you some confusion.
I will step in front of Jin, actually. Yeah, I'll step in front of Jin. And going down the line betwixt E2 and E3, a wall of lightning will shoot out of my hands. E2, E3, E5, and E6 will all need to make a dexterity save.
All right. How many dex saves is that?
5.
5. All right.
4.
4. Yeah, 2, 3,
4.
4. Yeah, 2, 3, 5, 6. That's 4.
All right. One of them was a 17. The other was a 12. You guys should be getting these rolls now. You're not. Why?
It's okay.
All right. Whatever. One failed spectacularly, and the other was a 19. So I'm pretty sure that is
2 up,
everybody.
2
Let me
down.
double check.
Yeah.
2 fails, 2 passes.
Yeah, and then one more. Which...
No, it's
No,
just
only
4 rolls.
only
It's just
4,
4
only
rolls.
only 4.
All right. Well, whatever. So 2 failed, 2 down.
The 2 failures, they will be taking 20 damage,
Ooh, they did not like that.
and the 2 successes will take 10. And my scales begin to glow as a sorcery point is expanded and expended. Yes, words hard. As
Your body begins to chunking up.
As I will step behind Jen now, and you'll see me start to begin floating up into the air.
I'm sorry, who are you getting behind?
Jen.
All right.
Yep. Taking cover behind the small
Oh,
note.
no, because I heard you say Jamal. That's why. All right,
No,
and
he's
I'm
dead.
assuming you're going Palpatine mode.
I am going. Yeah, no, this isn't Palpatine. Palpatine was the one where I shocked them and held them down. This is Zerath from League of Legends.
Oh yeah. All right. Oh, so you're going full power mode. All right.
He's charging.
Fire
bolt.
my laser. All right. And I'm assuming that's your turn, since you have to wait a turn to actually use it.
Yes.
All right. Elios Bane. But in front of you, you see 1 okay zombie, 2 a little bit hurt zombies, and 2 zombies that are on their knees.
Yep. I will take my bow, level it. I shall Hunter's Mark E2, and I shall shoot at him.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. Isn't that exciting? Dealing 6 damage. No, sorry, 9 damage.
It's 9 damage on
Yeah.
E2. All right. E2 has fallen.
Oh, fuck a doodle do. Okay. I have to
Give me a
remember how to
second.
mark
It
next
has
turn.
to. Yeah. Give me a sec. Yep. As you shoot it and attempting to go for the head, you hit it in the head, and it falls backwards, and then it just lifts its head back up.
Cool. E2 boom.
It's
I
still
shoot.
alive.
Oh, what? I thought you said it was dead.
It was dead.
It's a zombie thing.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm trying to decide. Do I really want to pound 16 damage into the 1 HP zombie?
I got my sling. I can pick up your spare.
Yeah, but then I can't transfer my Hunter's Mark until it's dead. But it should be dead by next turn. Cool. E3. I shall shoot at. Well, Jesus, yes, I'm incredibly glad I didn't shoot a nat 20 into the 1 health dude. Okay, cool. Yeah, that is 14 plus 9, 23 plus 3, 26 damage into E3. I'm very glad I didn't. Yes, I'm very glad I didn't fire that into E2.
Yep. And you said 23, correct?
Yeah, 23 damage.
All right. He was the only one that was still up that looked complete. He hadn't been hit by anything, and he is taken out completely.
Good.
As you're able to sever the head from the neck, right? And it isn't able to get back up afterwards. As you sort of feel the life drain.
Has to be the whitest arrow ever to sever a head from the neck.
Hey, I've seen Princess Mononoke, alright? You can behead a man with an arrow.
Yes, Studio Ghibli, the most accurate human anatomy lesson you've ever had.
Yeah,
Exactly,
regardless,
yeah.
he is removed. I'd like to think he's currently hanging from the wall by my arrow. That'll conclude my turn.
Alright, it is now time for the zombies' turn. They'll all start to shamble towards it, and they have.
Are they all
60
going
feet of
together?
movement. Yeah, they're moving as a horde towards you. Right. About 2 of them would stop at Refier since he's in front of everybody. 2 of them would stop there, but the rest of them would go towards like the bigger blob of people. And so 2 attacks at Refier, which is a dirty 20 and a 13. So one of them hits, dealing 6 damage to Refier. This next one will go at Robert. Wait, is Robert? Are you on top of Robert, Jin?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
So then they'll attack you.
Good plan.
Nice. We're quite okay if Jin dies, but if Robert dies, there will be problems.
That's a 16 to hit.
Official complaints will be
That will
made.
miss.
All right. Elios, one will attempt to hit you for a 13.
Nope.
All right, and Corbin for a 10.
Oh, how is one getting to
10.
Corbin, Doth?
Oh, okay. Well, if that's it, I realize that Corbin is.
That'll
behind.
provoke an opportunity attack, yeah, so... Well, maybe not. It
so
could step between me and Jin.
It could step between you.
It
No,
wouldn't.
it was
They
fairly
wouldn't
between
move.
us.
No,
Like they wouldn't move to that.
That's illogical,
So they would.
yeah.
So then that would probably go after.
I'll take it.
Yeah, Elios instead, which it still misses either way.
Cool.
So so yeah, that is their turns.
We protect our line-firing wizard thing.
Jin, it is you and Robert.
So which is the one that stood back up after getting an arrow to the head?
E2.
E2? Alright, brilliant. Okay. Using the rules of mounted combat, Robert will use the disengage action and then move like
That is so
a
beautiful.
knight moves away and back a little bit so that I've got a little bit of
I got you.
range. And then I will
Sling.
try to use my sling to finish off E2.
Okay.
That is some
On that
beautiful
time I
maneuver.
rolled a 15 for a 20 total.
A dirty 20. That hits.
Yep. Alright, 4 bludgeoning damage from a sling.
Just as before, the sling, you fire it, hits him in the head again. And it seems like you were about to do it too, but again, same thing happens.
Alright.
It's about to fall over, keel over dead, and it just turns back up.
Alright. Very well. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Actually, fuck it. Oh, there's a bunch of them. As a bonus action, I will invoke my starry form of the archer. And let me see. When activate this form as bonus action on subsequent turns, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet.
All right.
So let's try to finish off E2 once and for all with a luminous arrow. AC 17,
What damage type is that? Just wondering.
radiant.
All right, you're able to finally kill
9
it.
radiant damage.
Yep, you're able to kill it this time.
All right.
As you can see, it attempts to grow back, but the radiant damage from your light creeps on it, severing its connection.
We learned things. Excellent.
Yes. Is that your turn?
Yep.
All right, Rafier. It is his turn. He's gonna pull out his weapon, his sword, and he will attempt to swing at E6 in front
He's
of
going to
him
get himself completely bubba-ganooshed.
for a 23 to hit. Dealing 10 damage to E6.
If I recall correctly, it's on the first time they're attacked, so anything that's already damaged is already
Yeah,
damaged.
so they've all done their puff things. So
Oh,
yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
every time they were hit. In the books, like the Dristord and books, every time these bastards get hit, they let out this blinding ash. Yeah, and I figure that translates to disadvantage, and that's just nasty.
It is disadvantage. on
Yeah,
that check.
brutal.
It's
But
just
in the book,
first
it's
time-
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's Corbin was really smart in doing that ranged attack, making them all proc that, so none of them can do it anymore.
If Corbin was really smart, can we adjust his history checks?
No, because he's still Corbin.
True.
But
Rest
Rafier
my
is
base,
unable.
baby.
He's unable to fell E6, but he has wounded greatly, leading to Corbin. It is your turn.
Oh, let's shoot a fucking bolt of energy, baby. Who looks the least injured?
That would be E1 and 4, the ones attacking Elios.
All right, this will go at E4.
All right.
That is a. Let me scroll down to see my modifier. That is a 10 to hit.
That will hit.
Beautiful. So that is going to be 12 damage.
All right.
And
Same thing as before. You shoot him with lightning, but unfortunately, he gets back up.
my hands, I bring the energy up from my body and I Kamehameha him.
Yeah, he then just stands up.
And then he stands back up.
He flips you off too, as he stands up.
And I will hold. And that will conclude my turn.
All right, Elios Bane.
I shall take one rapier in each hand and just go at E1 and E4. So E1, that is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that will do... Oh, the fuck does that say? That dice is very white. That is 11 damage.
Nice.
All right. He is nearly felled.
Okay. I think I'll still attack E4 with my second attack.
Alright.
And that is a 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
That'll hit, and
That one not so
as you,
good.
as you sort of stab into him, he begins to fall again. Again, he seems to shrug it off. He is still up.
You don't need damage for that?
They have an ability that lets them get back up, as if they ever fall to 0 HP. It's getting
Yeah, I just
harder
I
every
thought
single...
that. Okay, I thought it was the damage taken.
Yeah, so if I'm not asking for it, it's basically because I'm assuming you guys will do enough damage to. tell
Yeah,
it.
I remember it being the DC plus damage taken is what they had to hit.
Yeah, but it's up to it can be run different ways. It's fine. Yeah, regardless, I did 4 damage.
I'm doubling the DC every single time.
Yeah, you don't have to explain. You do you.
But yeah.
Yeah. So having
they're
plunged
both
my
still
swords
up.
into both of them, yeah, I'll stay there, I guess.
All right. With
I was
that,
trying to think
we
of some
go-
clever way I could make them provoke opportunity attacks, but I don't think it's going to work, so...
Yeah, and all of them. So Elios and Rafier will both take 2 attacks from the monsters. That is an 18 to hit you, Elios.
That'll hit.
All right, and that is 21 to hit you.
Yeah.
You take
Oh, put it in a DM.
you take 8 damage in total.
In total? Okay.
In total.
I need the damages as 2 separates, please. I've got to maintain concentration.
You take a 6 and then you take a 2.
Okay. 6. Great. I've technically still concentrating on Hunter's Mark, even though I haven't transferred it to somebody. That's why. So, thank you.
Okay, and then Rafier's. That is a 14, which will yeah, he has 17, so that'll miss, and that is a 21. You will take 5 damage. With that, it is Jin's turn now.
Alright. Well, let's see. E4. Let's give him my bonus action. Being the Archer Starry Form Arrow. Oh, AC 8.
That'll hit.
Excellent. Let's see.
Just to make you aware, E6 is hurt. You haven't seen him fall yet. E5 has also been hurt, but he is you can tell he is very close to death, but he hasn't been fallen and brought back yet. E1 and 4 have both been brought back.
Yep,
Multiple
I
times,
said 4,
so.
so I'm still going for 4.
Yeah, I just wanted to say
6
for
radiant
everyone.
damage.
Yeah, so it 4 is dead.
Excellent.
You see again attempt to reconnect and come back, but the radiant is able to push it back, and it is felled for good.
All right, and then I will scamper over so that I'm between E and C there. And for my action, because Elios took some hits there, I will use the spell Absorb Pain. I will.
Absorb his pain.
Yes.
You
I
feel
will
very
restore
insecure about
8 hit
yourself
points to him, and then I will take 3 necrotic damage.
now. Right, as
So,
you absorb his
Elios gets
pain,
8 hit points.
as you absorb his pain, you get massive depression.
Well, that's okay.
We come to Refier.
I'm a druid.
is
I know
that
when
your
we get
turn?
some weed to make me feel better. Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, so yeah, we'll come to Rafier, who will attempt to finish off E6. I'm pretty sure doing enough damage to do so. Yeah, doing enough damage to do it. Let's see. Will it come back? It will. E6 has procced its revive. So there's one that still hasn't revived. There's one that has come back twice, and there's one that's come back once. Just so everyone's aware. That is his turn. Corbin, it is now your turn.
Seeing as how Elios does seem to be the one that can take a few less hits than shithead, who hasn't been speaking this entire session for some reason, I'm going
Knuckle nod you
to.
silently.
I will
It's a fine duck.
throw my next bolt of arcing energy at E1. That'll be an 8 to hit.
An 8 that will hit.
That'll be 17 damage.
As you go to fell it, you cook it alive, and you turn away to begin thinking about another one, thinking it is finally dead, as it rises once more. Just so you know, it needed a 20 to make it, and it got it. It wouldn't have come back, but I rolled a nat 20. It got it. It's yeah.
Beautiful, excellent. Yes, that will conclude my turn.
Yeah, I realize now that I did the resurrection wrong, but it whatever. We live and we learn.
There's no such thing as wrong. You did it your way.
Exactly. I like.
I
that.
did it my way.
It's not like they're doing much else. The two by Refier will. Oh wait, no, it is Elios's turn. I almost forgot.
Ah, yes, I exist. Cool. I don't really see the point of transferring my hunter's mark. I don't think.
It does damage doesn't matter. You could deal 1,000,000 damage, but as long as they get back up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I'll just poke him with a sword.
You could probably.
I
punch
won't
him.
poke him with a sword.
What'd you get?
I got a 6, which is a nat 1.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then I shall.
Did you nat 20 it?
No, I nat 1'd twice.
I
I poked my sword at it. I poked it again. No.
Yeah, as you go to swing with your swords, they kind of hit each other, and then like cartoonish style, you and you miss, unfortunately. But as I said before, the ash zombies around Refier will attack him. Only one actually managing to hit him, dealing 5 damage. Refier is looking a little worse for wear, and the one by Elios shall attempt to hit him, only managing a measly 10. Missing not as bad, but yeah, they miss as well. Jin, since you're the only one here who can actually kill these sons of bitches.
Well, just to kind of even things out, let's take a shot at E5, just so that there's one on each of my compatriots there. Let's see, Starry Form of the Archer, AC 11.
Yep, that hits. And
8 radiant damage to E5.
yes, E5 was the only one that was alive that hadn't been revived at all, and so that was a very good choice. And yeah, he is.
And just for fun, I'm gonna use my sling on E1. AC 14 for 4 bludgeoning damage.
Yep. I just want to say.
No shortage.
Yeah,
of rocks.
no. Yeah, he's dead. I needed a 40 to do that, but I was gonna see if I can nat 20 it, I would maybe let him come back. But yeah, no. E1 is dead, leaving only E6 left.
Hoo-ha.
With
That's
that,
my turn?
Yep, it is now Refier's turn. Let's see if he's able to finish off this beast. It needs a nat 20, and it will still be alive. Nope! Rafier is able to slice off its head, severing its connection with his warlock magic, and we are out of initiative. I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Unfortunately, Elios, I'm sorry, but all of the tankards and all of the ale seems to be gone.
Expected. But perhaps
with
we
that,
might
we will
search next
end
week.
session.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but there we will end session.
All good sessions end in taverns.
Yeah. I will come first to the double nat 1 man himself,
Oh yes.
Elios. MVPs.
Well, I mean, Corbin asked the zombie, the banshee, if she had any sisters. That was pretty unforgettable. But I liked how determined you were to make the evil mage not evil, and how desperately we were looking for an excuse to stab the bastard.
To be
That
fair,
was my highlight.
he has pretty good loot.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, hey, you still have to go back to town.
We'll
or
kill him on the
go
way
back
back.
to the castle.
But yeah, those are my
exactly. You
MVPs.
should go kill him on the way back. All right.
Just run him down on the road.
Miego the Wolf Rider himself. Your
Let's
MVPs.
trample him with our horses. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the Banshee too. She was fun. So
Yeah. And Mr. Banshee fucker himself.
I did not fuck a banshee.
You fucked
First
a
of
banshee
all,
in your dreams.
you put a lot of words in my mouth and a lot of dreams in my head.
No, Corbin definitely wanted to fuck the banshee.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Technically,
However,
he was looking for a sister.
Yeah, I was looking for a sister.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but you were hitting on that banshee pretty hard. She took it the wrong way.
Well, she might have taken it the right way. Anyway, my MVP would go to a plethora of things. I think my real MVP would go to Rafier for not making any weird comments that made us all upset. He definitely did a much better job this session, I think, in my opinion.
solid role playing on his part.
Solid role playing. But no, I'd say to the 2-turn ogre combat.
That was good.
Yeah.
Spike
Oh my
growth is
God, yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that spike growth was pretty good.
Just on a side note with that, I love the idea that in my head, Rafael wanted to go dead north, we went east, so he stayed in sullen silence for the entire journey. that's how I
He's
role-playing
just
it.
pouting.
He just literally just walks
Pouting
along.
the whole time. I got a couple MVPs. The banshee encounter, the entire thing. Everyone being super scared, and then not Elios, but Corbin using his one free question that he wasn't supposed to have to ask if she had a sister or a grandchild. That was really funny. The 2-turn ogre combat. Again, just things I didn't even think about that could happen. Killing the entire encounter right away. You guys determined to kill the necromancer, while me making it so that you guys wouldn't, but also kind of wanting you to, because there's good loot behind him. Like, he had good loot.
Yeah, everything's got good
And then also James messaging me mid-session saying, stop being nice to us, even though in my mind I wasn't being nice because I have like doubled the amount of things you were supposed to fight. You
Nah.
just keep killing them.
Always
so
nice. It's like, yeah, you can re-roll your initiative. No, fucking suffer with your 4, bitch.
To be fair, that was the only time I let a reroll happen. Every
5,
single
4,
other
same
time-
shit.
Every
Nah.
other time I was like, you didn't roll high enough on the information. You don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly. Don't be
Stuff like that.
Be mean.
And then also, James getting mad at Refier for not going in. So it continues the tradition of no matter what I play, James will always get mad at me for not doing something.
He said he'd be my tank. Don't make me go in alone.
Whenever
I'm
I play
about to
anyone's
start
character,
tanking.
Yeah. Did you MVP me, Ego?
He did.
Oh, yeah.
He said,
well,
oh,
Banshee.
sorry.
yeah, the Banshee.
Oh yeah, the Banshee. I do remember now. Yes.
And Streamlabs, Refier, his MVP was being pouting.
Indeed.
But yeah.
We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid a friend. We're gonna raid Jay. Jay is a
yeah.
player in our Saturday campaign, Darkness Over Club, which you can find on YouTube, should you wish. Which is there. But yeah, let's go show him some love. Let's go say hello. And it comes only for us to say, why the fuck are we ending with battle music? And if you guys would like to say goodbye,
See you
Goodbye.
next week. Goodbye.
we shall see you soon.